So I'll give you the part back so you can get credited, and I'm just going to put
But
it
the
in.
first thing I would do is send the customer back to whoever the parts was. I wouldn't even get in the middle.
No, absolutely.
I don't want to be there.
Yeah, that's what I told Scott.
Absolutely. How much? $3,000.
No way.
Because the part he put in had a lifetime warranty.
He just did my answer.
The part he put in for Nissan is 12 months.
Too big.
12,000 months.
20 by
Oh, so your part was a lifetime. His warranty is 12.
No overhead.
And he never calls.
No.
KRLX HD2 Denver.
Well, that's a big thing, and especially if you're part of that. We're up, he's part of that group.
He's around the block for me.
Oh, good.
We send work back and forth. We used to.
Used to be last time.
Used to.
I wonder why that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he does alignments on RVs and trailers and stuff.
I'm curious what he's going to say, Kevin, when you call him.
He may not be aware, so that's why I'm trying to. It may be one of his guys.
Or he.
Well, okay, no, I give people the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, but.
I do.
But she might be not telling the right story either.
No, she doesn't. No, I know who she is.
I wouldn't doubt one bit. He knew. That guy knew.
Yeah.
And he's going to. Oh, I didn't even know it was. What? What are you talking? Yeah. Come on.
I don't care what shop it is. I try not to talk to
I never
Absolutely.
Okay, I will say, I mean, there's some guys that I've already had dealings with that, yeah, I'll trash them every chance I get.
I know bad shops,
No,
but I
there's.
say, hey, we're sitting over here at Aspen Auto Clinic on the list. They want this much money, and it's like, I personally would never take a car off a rack.
What the hell is wrong with
If you're not happy with them, come see us after.
what's wrong with acid?
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, what's wrong with
It'd
them?
be easier to tell you what's right with them.
Okay, what do they do right?
They're really
good coffee.
They're really good at their marketing. They have great marketing now.
Good looking secretary.
Somewhere along
He knew,
somewhere along
man.
the line,
He knew.
Greg lost
He knew
track
it
of
wasn't
what he
gonna.
was-
He knew it wasn't gonna work with me because
Yeah.
we I mean, it's just like,
AAA members get a 20%
dude,
discount.
you know, I really mean it when I say I care about what you guys do. It's not like pay me money and I close my eyes. Fuck. I mean, if you really, and this guy was just, it's just like you have to work hard to have that many dissatisfied customers. You got to work hard at it. I mean, it's like not easy to just have everyone pissed off.
You tell your service writer, look, if the customer won't buy it from you, you turn it over to 3 other service writers, you let them call and try before you get rid of that car. It's like, what?
Huh?
The customer says, yes. Because your tactic didn't work, I want 2 other service writers to call
And
first.
then we'll bring the closer in and
Yes.
squash them.
It's like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Come on, man. Just look, if they're not interested or they don't have
No,
money.
that's it. I'll write it up and I'll print it and we'll send you a reminder in 30 days. And that's all I'm gonna do. But I'm not yet.
Now,
How many
one
cars
thing
are in
one
the
thing
world
you
that you
should
work
do
with?
though, always, and I really, after doing this now, man, I know you better do it. That is, when you see a problem and you know damn well you're not even working on it, but it's a problem, and if they fucking refuse to fix it, you put down in big letters, not responsible for,
Absolutely.
and then you put it down there. So when they come back and say, well, I would have fixed it,
See,
you
all-
didn't tell me,
See, all my
or...
techs use tablets, so we take pictures of all failed parts, so everything's...
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, that's the biggest problem, is you must protect yourself.
We had a car catch on fire in the mountains. They called us, wanted us to pay for it. We told them, pull out your invoice, read right there where we mentioned to you more than once that your injectors were leaking and that you needed to repair this before you caught fire.
You said that?
It's on his paperwork.
Good job. Yeah, and then you can tell them 3 or 4 times, no, you never told me that.
On his paperwork.
Good job.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life a little easier. All you have to do is call us. Today is car day. That doesn't mean we only talk cars, but it's one of our main topics. I save up my car stuff and get people to call, and we have experts that come in to say hi, and I'll introduce them as they talk, okay? Listen, here's the thing about cars. First and foremost, when a mechanic works on a car, we were just talking about this, they own the car. That's an expression in the business meaning if there are other problems within 30 days of working on that car, sometimes 3 months, but if there are problems, they will come back to you and accuse you of doing it. Not everyone, but you work on the brakes, right? Now, you work on the brakes. Let's say you do it. And let's say all of a sudden you have a catastrophic failure of an axle up front or a tie rod or something or a blowout on your tire. I swear to God, they'll call and say, my tire blew out. Yeah, I just did the brakes. My tire blew out. Now, this isn't a show trashing consumers. This is a show helping consumers. But here's the thing that we run into sometimes. Mechanics don't know, and I shouldn't just call them mechanics. They're business people. But here's the problem in general with tradespeople. Tradespeople don't necessarily know how to run a business. You know, you might be good at turning a wrench. You might be good as a plumber. But you don't know how to run a business. Get somebody to run a business. But anyway, you find something wrong with a car, don't let it leave without you noting it's wrong. Like customer refuses fix. You know, things are, put it down. Even if you're not fixing it, put it down so you can't be blamed for it. Now, that's advice to mechanics listening. This is a consumer show, right? Well, we give advice to businesses all the time. So any problems you have, any questions you have, call us, whether it be a car, a vehicle, buying, selling, maintenance, or any other problem, we're here for you. 303-713-TALK, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on the iHeartRadio app. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. It's that easy. I just took another one today. I take them daily. I take this soft gel 75. You can get them with or without THC. Even the one with THC won't make you high. It's a 0.3%. But finally, there are products that work. Please, God, everywhere you go now, even Whole Foods, everybody's got the CBD. I have ferreted through all of those and found the best, Panacea Life. Now, the best so far, there might be one that I haven't tried, but I'll be totally transparent with you. So it's realcbdthatworks.com, brought to you by Panacea Life. They're in Golden Pharmaceutical Lab. So let's talk. Let's start right out with Kimmy. Hey, Kimmy, what's happening? Kimmy?
Yes.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Did you purchase a motorcycle?
Yes, my husband did.
Okay. And you're calling for your husband?
Yeah, and he's actually with me too.
Okay. Let's talk. What can we do to help you, if anything?
So I don't know if you want us to just kind of give you the outline of what exactly happened.
Yeah, give me the basic. Give me a really like a 30-second summary.
Okay. So purchased the bike back in May, and we bought it the day that it was traded in. So once we had signed the paperwork, they had said, hey, we're going to put it up on the stand, check it out, make sure everything's good. And we actually went on vacation thereafter. They found some things wrong with it, so we didn't get it back until June 5th.
Hold on. So how much did you fix that time?
They fixed a bunch of stuff. There was.
Did they include it in the sale, or did you pay for that?
No, they did it. They did it for us. They didn't charge us for it. They didn't really charge us for it at all with the financing either, because it was one of those things where they didn't check it out before they sold it, so they had to kind of take that hit a little bit, it seemed like. Well,
not really. I mean, if you bought it as is, it's your deal, and I would have taken it somewhere other than the place I bought it. But where do we stand now? What's the problem?
So essentially, we still don't have the bike back because we've had
are they covering the repairs so far?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So what are you calling about? Just the fact that there are so many things wrong?
Not so much that there's anything wrong. It's that they still have the actual bike, and they keep pushing us back and forth and saying, well, we shouldn't have sold you this bike. It should have gone to auction. And
okay, so they're being straight with you. They're saying it's not a good deal. Will they undo the deal for you?
They said that they will not.
Well, wait a minute. They said we shouldn't have sold this to you, but now they're saying, but they won't undo the deal.
Correct. So the guy.
What did they mean? What did they mean they should not have sold it to you? What does that mean?
From what I understand from the conversations that we've had with them, there was too much wrong with the bike that it should not have been sold.
Okay, well, if they're admitting that, then why won't they undo the deal?
That's what we don't understand. So the service manager is the one that's typically telling us that they shouldn't have sold it. But when we start talking to finance guys, they won't undo the deal for us.
Okay.
And we've been paying on this bike for 5 months, and he's maybe driven it 2 weeks.
Okay. Listen, I got good and bad news for you. Let's go to the good news. If they admit that it should have never been sold, what they are saying is they committed fraud. They knew, really, or they're going to say we didn't know it. But no matter what, they're acknowledging it shouldn't have been sold. However, they're not going to acknowledge that. The mechanic was speaking out of turn. He's an idiot, moron, and he's going to be fired for it. But now here's the bad news. That was good news. Here's the bad news. The bad news is you did buy it. You didn't get it checked. They're not responsible for anything. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. I mean, Kimmy, even if you bought it and 5 minutes later the engine seized, they are technically not responsible. Unless, listen, when I say unless, and then I give the circumstances, almost everyone says, yeah, that's us, but it's not. But if they knew about specific problems and they don't have to disclose them. They don't have to say, by the way, it's about to give out or the transmission is bad, but they cannot lie about them if they know. For example, if they know the transmission is going, they can't say this is a great transmission. Or if they say, but if they don't know it's going, they still can't say it's a great transmission. They can't make statements they can't back up. That could be fraud in the inducement. Bottom line, Kimmy, were you guys lied to?
Well, here's my...
Kimmy, I'm just asking a question. We'll move on to anything you want to ask. Were you lied to?
I don't feel like that we were really lied to, no.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Ben.
Hey, Ben, thanks. Listen, here's what I'm trying to establish. Let's get rid of the BS and concentrate on anything you have. First and foremost, I don't think you were lied to based on what you're telling me. I don't think it's fraud. I don't think that you can say or make the argument it was not fit for sale or merchantability. It was used as is. So here's the deal. If they're willing to fix it, okay. I think you made a purchase and you didn't do it wisely. You didn't get it checked. You didn't do anything. You simply bought it,
correct,
trusting them to fix it. So the problem today, will they not fix it? Or are you just pissed off it's taking so long and you're not even enjoying it?
Well, there's two things. One is that we took it back to them, and they said that they would fix it. They fixed it. However, when it was breaking down, I took it to a different Harley dealership, and they said, well, there's bolts missing out of the transmission, which they did work on. The tires that they put new, the rims they put new tires on, the rims, the spokes were broken on it. So if they did this work, why didn't they correct that or fix it?
Well, here's the deal. By saying they're going to fix it, they're really dumb. I mean, they really are stupid to say they're going to fix it because they kind of screwed themselves. They didn't have to fix it.
Correct.
So they don't really owe you anything. If they can't lie to you. If they did say they're fixing it, then they should. Let's call them. Hold on. 303. Oh, wait. Where are our deputies? They're all gone. Hey, Dap. Our deputies are gone. Somebody killed them. Deputy Mark. Deputy Dan. No, listen, Dap, try to get a call into these guys. I want to hear from them. Kimmy, the bad news is it's as is, and you bought it. Now, I forgot to ask what kind of bike, but we'll figure that out. Bobby, what's going on, Bobby? What did he say? What kind, guys?
No, Harley.
Harley? Okay, come on. Yeah. That's called, oh, never mind. You know, the wider these guys get in the ass, the bigger the bikes get. Do you notice that? And it's not because of the seat. It's the wannabe thing. It's stuff they couldn't afford when they were younger, and they can get it now. The pocket rockets are the ones you get when you're younger. The jock rockets or jock missiles. And then you get and as you get wider, the seats get wider, the bikes get bigger. And really, most bikes, they're purchased because they're just fun. It's just a way of saying, you know what? Screw everything. I want to have fun. All right, so, Bobby, you have an insurance problem?
Yes.
All right. If you hold on, I want to try to get our people on, depending on what kind of insurance, but I'll take you right after this.
Okay,
Okay, so what Bobby has is one of those death and dismemberment policies, and he lost his hearing. So
Who
you know,
did
like,
what?
If you go through like your a loan
Those
thing,
are pretty nasty. Yeah, the description on the
Right,
death
right,
and dismemberment above and below the
right.
wrist.
And so he lost his hearing.
When I was here
And he
last
just
night,
got
2
this
weeks
2
ago,
months ago.
you haven't.
Which one?
About
That they don't
who the
pay?
line route is?
He said they
On
won't get back with
on
him.
which
That one's
one?
probably claiming it's pre-existing. They're trying to prove it's pre-existing, I guarantee it. Typically, it's got to go 90 days before they
Is that right?
cover
Is
it.
that right?
He's got
Okay.
more.
Last time I checked on insurance, it was.
Did he complain on air? I don't recall.
Yeah, you ripped into what
Yeah, yeah.
because the cooler line failed, that we
That's another
routed the
situation
cooler
we
line to
have.
the same location as the factory cooler line was, and we put pipe clamps on
Because
it,
there
and I
are two
said
different
already, so we
coverages.
put
One after
special
90
hose
days
clamps
and
on
one
it.
after that.
But anyway,
90
Scott
days.
was in the
And
middle
the
of
coverage
selling a
amounts are
job and
different. I
taking care
fought
of
with a lady
customers.
on her Subaru.
Fix it 24/7. The place to call right now if you want a free second opinion on anything in your home. This is what I say about second opinions. There is no way you can go wrong. Either you'll get confirmed that you do need it and you're getting a great price, or the company takes a shot at your business, or you don't need a replacement and they can fix the problem. But to do that, they have to do it. You know, you can't be a big bragger and say, oh, you don't even need that unless you can fix it. That's why I love second opinions. And that's why I love Fix It 24/7. Free second opinions. Almost always, they do better work at a lower price when you consider what they're actually doing. You may not need a furnace. You might just need a thermocouple, whatever it is. FixMyHome.com. I've known these guys for years. Now, they took over Fix It about a year and a half ago or whatever, but I've known them for years. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Did you know indoor air can be 5 times dirtier?
So we didn't get a lot of hail damage this year. You're probably slow over there.
Yeah, it's kind of a slow year.
Yeah.
Never before have I seen it just
Yeah.
drop off like it has the last 2-3 weeks. I haven't even got a phone call.
We didn't get nothing in the springs to write home about.
Yeah.
So the insurance is Kuna Mutual, and it's a death and dismemberment one.
And what about it?
That's what he did. He lost his hearing, and they haven't been getting back with him. He just got it.
Integra.
Molecule works so well, it made Time Magazine's list of
What was the cause of his hearing
For
loss? Does it
truly
say?
clean air in rooms big or small.
Oh, really?
there's a
Well,
molecule air
he said he
purifier
fell
for
and
you.
he's
Try it
got
for
a
60 days
doctor's
risk-free and
report
send it
here.
back if you're not satisfied. Plus, right now, when you visit molecule.com,
Slipped on a
spelled
banana.
MOLEKULE,
I'm telling you, you got to see if there's a 90 days. Sometimes.
Well, here you send a picture here. This is a picture. What the hell am I gonna do with that picture?
Destroy them with
How are they going to do? There's the cause of his hearing loss right
Oh,
there.
I see it right there.
Salt. I don't know.
Oh, is that the your job?
I assume that's what it is. So this is what the doctor said. Mr. Bobby Rogers, seen back then for hearing, he reported that he had lost all of his hearing in the right ear and almost all of the left ear following an incident 2 weeks ago. He reported hearing a loud banging sound, falling down, then hitting his head. Since then, Mr. Rogers has been unable to keep.
Bloomberg wants to run in Alabama?
No.
Well, he wants to get on the for the president, but he wants to get on the ballot.
President, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bloomberg.
Yeah, can you imagine him running for governor of Alabama?
But he wants to be president?
Yeah, he's going to get in on the.
Doesn't like everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't like anybody. Well, you know,
So there's a behavior test today?
Where did you see that?
Behavioral test should not be left. Are you kidding me?
What does that mean? Behavioral test
Reads
results
in
of the
super
left
beta
ear.
prostate.
super beta prostate, my ass.
Doctor talk with the left ear's not working.
This tells me that he's kind of right.
Remember that call that last time we were
They're trying to
buying customers, trying to cameras, and customers.
Yes.
And not. Like they probably knew this was going on the town, right? This is not your cell.
That's how I see it.
30 days supply. And we did transfer case, we did U-joints on top of we did all kinds of other things. And the thing worked great. Came in for a Lincoln seal leak. We fixed it while they were there, and I got the mileage on it. So the guy said, He's got like 33,000 miles on his truck since we did it 3 years ago. Yeah, everything was all BS.
And there's nothing wrong with it. He's just worried about it.
Yeah, the
that
routing.
it may cause a problem.
Right, he said pipe clamps.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything was all BS. So that was nice times. And then when I got back, customers like, man, I really like the way Tom let that. Sent that customer straight on that. And then Scott told me about the whole deal with the whole deal.
So how did we end that call here?
Basically, the only complaint is that we routed the cooler.
I know, but how did I end it? Did I say it went too much time lapsed? That you can't blame it.
You can't go back on it, you know.
Do you remember?
But none of it's factual.
Wasn't it like 2-3 years?
Yeah,
Well, he said it was 5, but it was 3. I mean, his numbers were off, his dates were off, everything was off.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how you ended that one.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. SentryRV.com. Sentry, as in the 100 mark, SentryRV.com. Today is car day, so it's apropos to talk about RVs, new and used. I love Sentry because not only do they sell used, which are great deals, but they have a service department as well in their north location, 119 turn off to Longmont and I-25. And then out west in Denver area, Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. Listen, they have new and used and service. SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. Let's talk about this insurance. Bobby wants to talk about insurance. Okay, Bobby, go ahead. I have an expert listening, and this expert is from Integra Insurance. I just have him listening to see if he can lend a hand. They usually know a lot about these policies. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, first of all, Tom, I'm calling on behalf of my mother and father.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Bobby Jr. And second of all, my father would like to thank you. 23 years ago, you guys helped him and my mother put a guy in jail for 40 years, and they want to thank you.
I'll remember that case. What was it? Tell me what it was.
It was Randy Romero, Mitch Romero. I think that's what he
Mitch.
was going by.
Yeah, Mitch.
American Home Mortgage. He
Yep.
scammed like 75 people back then.
Yep.
So, I was a youngster back then. I was 19 years old, but my father tells us about this all the time because they lost their house and all of that. So, but he wants to thank you guys for that and everything. So
yeah, I just keep wondering over my long career here in Denver, nearly 40 years in Denver, how, the number of people I was responsible for putting away, and I just can't imagine what they're thinking when they get out. You know, I got there's at least a dozen people that have gone to jail as a result of my stories. And then there were, which I'm not happy about, 3 suicides. So anyway, let's talk about today's problem, Bobby. What's going on with your parents?
Well, my father and mother bought an insurance policy. It's a accidental life insurance policy, and it also pays off, Tom, if you lose a thumb, foot, leg, anything, loss of hearing, loss of speech, or anything like that.
So it's accidental and what, major disability or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dismemberment? John, you sell these. John Jr., John Sr., I'm sorry, Big John, at Integra Insurance Group. John, could you just briefly explain these policies? You're not totally opposed to them.
No, I mean, it's just a supplemental type plan that he has. And basically what they do with these accidental death and dismemberment type policies, they're based on a percentage. Like, let's say you lose your hearing. You might get 50%. If you lose an eye, you might get 25%. Or if you lose a thumb, 25%. And then when you turn age 65 on most of these plans, it goes down by half of what that schedule says that you might be entitled to, depending on the plan.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'd recommend, if you could sit down with his parents and really look at that plan in case there is a problem here with the loss of hearing to see what they might be entitled to.
Now, Bobby, are they entitled to anything according to you?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Tell me the situation. Is it mom or dad?
It's my father. He had a situation. He was walking and heard a big boom, fell to the ground, and a few days later he has been complaining about his hearing.
Now, what was the boom?
Not sure, Tom. We're not sure at all. We've been trying to get him to figure it out. He just said he heard something real loud in his ear, and next thing you know, a couple of days later, he has no hearing.
Hey, John,
So
when for dismemberment or loss of hearing or eyesight, does it have to be as a result of an accident in these policies?
Yes.
Okay. So keep going. What happened then, Bobby?
Okay, so we tried to get an appointment with veterans, do all of that, because my father is a veteran, retired veteran and everything.
Yeah.
We tried to do all of that, but they told us it'd be February until he could get in. So we went to a hearing specialist and everything.
What did they find?
They found that he has profound hearing loss.
Yeah, but if it's not a result of an accident, this policy's not going to cover him.
Okay.
I mean, what you knew it was an well, I'm saying that assuming you have an accident policy here, accident and dismemberment. I mean that we can have John Sr. or the experts at Integra Insurance look at it. They specialize in health insurance of all kinds, including this. But Bobby, is that your complaint? Basically, they won't cover it.
No, that's not my complaint at all, Tom.
Oh.
We filed 3 months ago on it. And never heard back. They won't call us. They won't talk to us. I have called practically every day, and they tell us someone's going to call us.
Oh, okay.
But no one has.
So you're
called
not
us
even
and
getting
left
you're not even getting a response. Do you have a copy of
Nothing.
Do you have a copy of that policy?
Yes, I don't have it on me right now. No, I don't. But I do have a copy. We
Get
do
it
have
to us.
copies.
Send one to.
I did send one to your.
Wait.
To your
Well, oh,
station.
you do
I did
have it,
send one to the
Dano.
doc-
Yeah,
I did
it's
send
kind
one.
of broke up into many things because they're pictures.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Did you send it to me, Dano? Is it? Can you read it, Dano?
Yeah, you can read it. It's just like say it's cut off in some of them as far as on the edges there.
And
I'll
Tom,
send it to you.
may I make a comment too?
Yeah.
It should be the policy holder that's calling in, not the son.
What do you mean?
No, I can understand that. My mother does call, but
Okay.
I'm saying I'm there with her at that time and everything. But when she calls in, they would tell her someone would call back, or they would tell me someone would call back in three to 5 days, and it's been since September, Tom, and that 3 to 5 days have never came.
Okay. All right. So we at least got to get a response, but I fear it's just not going to be covered. If he's walking along and hears a boom and he loses his hearing, unless there's an event he can tie it to, like somebody threw a bomb or, I mean, really, did you look on the time and date to see if anything was reported to police? Did you do some?
No, I didn't.
Well, you ought to do some research on your own. Meanwhile, we'll get a copy of that policy and let's just figure it out. John, have you seen have you seen things where someone was near an explosion and lost hearing? Have you ever seen it? Oh, I'm sorry, John. Have you ever seen anything like that, John?
Nope, no sir.
Okay. But I imagine if he was in the area of an explosion and lost his hearing, would that be considered an accident?
Yes, because it's usually, the way an accident is usually defined as an external event causing a bodily injury with these policies.
And sudden and accidental, it's just not. In other words, if they were if they were having regular blasting activity and they had signs up and he was a block away, and that gets technical, doesn't it? That's where you got to figure out, was that an accident or not?
I agree.
All right, John is with Integra Insurance Group. We're in open enrollment right now, as a matter of fact. Do not try to buy health insurance without him. You don't pay any extra ever for using a qualified certified broker, and open enrollment ends January 15th. IntegraInsurance.com. They're on the referral list, too.
Denver's talk station. SUV. Has that thing got good leg room in it?
What's that, sir?
It was kind of hard to see the interior with the windows being dark.
Is that why you use the Slim Jim? Is that you went with the Slim Jim opening it up?
No, I didn't see in
Looks
there.
like it's got good roof. Really, well, I don't know about the leg room.
And the doctor, like I say, I agree with you. The way I sent you the doctor's letter too, Tom.
God.
It's
What the
kinda
doctor
loose.
said?
It's kind of loosey
pretty
goosey.
loose. It's really.
He can't really see.
Typed up like he was trying to.
He was trying to help him
Trying to
without
admit that
lying.
there's.
That's
yeah,
right.
You're
Won't cover his ass.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the way
You
I.
definitely lost
He
your
reported
hearing,
hearing a loud banging sound, falling sound, then hit hitting his head.
As you scroll down, there's some behavior things in there. And
Impact traffic and weather.
Where?
Wagner on 6:30.
if that's the same page we were reading over here.
Analysts, objectives,
where business owners and HR professionals can post.
Wait, so they're not in agreement. Hold on.
Review and communicate with candidates from
You know,
the
you're
online
a pain in the ass, actually.
Indeed.com/hire.
Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. I love telling you about Rocky's because really it's a very simple concept. They have a bunch of used cars and trucks and SUVs and vans. They own them outright. You don't have to wait for titles. And they sell them any way they want. Really, anything they want because it's their stuff. They don't have a floor plan with a bank. They're not beholden to any of these people. He's just a maverick. He's been doing this for years. Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturdays, 9 to 6, RockiesAutos.com, 63rd and Federal. And they have 40 lenders they deal with, and they can place a loan, get it approved right there. You never leave without it being 100% absolutely complete. They never call you back and make you come back and sign new papers or lie to you, ever. That's what I love. Also, they got a great selection of product, and they give better values on trades because they buy them right there, because they want to sell them right there. No pressure ever, just friendly chats. 303-426-4646, Rockies. Let me get that one.
You got a doctor that could read that letter and say.
Well, I think what he's saying about this very poor agreement, his analysis, his actual behavioral results and test results were not in agreement. Behavioral test results left here were highly variable and considered poor reliability. He's faking. Objective testing was subsequently completed. Acoustic reflexes, acoustic reflexes are really important because they can introduce sounds and they can tell if you're, okay, acoustic reflex measuring the integrity of pathways, including line structures, results from acoustic reflex testing suggest hearing is significantly better in both ears than behavioral. You know what? He's fucking faking it, is what he's saying. He's fucking faking it.
I'm just saying when I read it,
he's saying he's faking it.
While covering his ass.
While covering his butt.
I'm sure as hell wouldn't submit that.
He is faking it.
Very soon.
What we got here?
This is Eric from IT. They are down looking to see what's going on, getting ready to move us. So
I'll take care of it. What is it?
I know, but yeah. So
what does he need?
He said he's just going to look right now.
Oh, okay, good.
And then he said, and he'll let you know if he needs anything.
You know why? Because I ran into him today.
Okay.
That's why he happened to call.
They're all crawling around.
Or do you think it's you that you're talking to Corey?
No.
No.
We never even
Listen, I'm happy though that they're being proactive, Oh, I left my phone downstairs and I want coffee, but I can go at the top of the hour if you can't go.
I mean, I can go.
Only if you want to.
But I talked to the GM at that motorcycle place.
Good.
Talk to him. Great guy. So I'll give you an update. And then I'll go. Let me take that.
Actually, 13.
And like I said, pizza should be here probably in an hour.
Excellent.
Good, Daph.
Don't worry, I'll pick it up.
What do you need?
I said good, Daph.
Oh.
It lasted 15,000 miles and 13 and a half months before we installed it.
Monthly rates and rewards based on how much.
But we give him a 12-month warranty.
No mysterious rates or mumbo jumbo from an insurance agent. You're pretty sure it's taking advantage of you. No more apps can measure things like.
That's because they're trying to
Jesse,
do it another way around.
how is biz, baby?
Never do that.
You know, beat them off with a stick and they keep coming. No, we're doing good. Business is good. We had a huge turnover this year. I know I talked about it last time with my partner leaving, and we had 4 guys retire, right? 25 years experience.
With you guys.
Wow.
Golly. Bola.
Oh, yeah. I met him one time.
Did he leave?
Yep.
He started his own then, or what?
Yeah, he went and bought another guy's shop down the road.
Oh, he did. So,
Hey, my wife's a
you
drug
guys
addict.
fighting?
No, he's
My
competition.
husband's an alcoholic, or my
Now
kids
he's
are meth,
competition.
or my
Yeah.
daughter's on
Cousin.
cocaine. That's why they're all the
And he called all my employees to see which ones wanted to go
Did
with
you
him.
know there are
No. That's cold.
One.
The availability
That's cold.
of gas
But you guys got good
Quality
people
House offers
still, right?
compared to other
Absolutely,
treatment
yeah.
programs.
Absolutely,
This
yeah.
line is about information. No one
Got
knows
18
what to do about
employees, so
addiction right
5
off the bat.
turnovers
It'll
still
never
a good
change.
third of it, but
Help,
Will they come in on
intervention,
contract, or they just want to get out of the biz altogether?
no, the guys that left are they're retired. They're 65.
Yeah, but would they want to come back and, you know, I'll tell you what, retiring, especially when you're working like that,
Right.
you can just, my dad didn't do very well. He started doing some other work.
Only the one guy wants to come back, but
Just even on a contract, you know, one day a week.
You know, one thing when you're talking about retirement,
recovery program. That's 720.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
9722.
I just
and free.
can't see myself. I talked to Stephanie about it. I mean, okay, let's say I retire. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to do anything that I'm not doing.
Well, does she really want you there 24/7?
No. She didn't say that.
What are you
I
saying?
think it's overrated. Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. The best of the best of the best. Buying or selling, you will use him. You will use his team. You will use him, 303-920-1622. Just always remember that. Pass it around. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Hey, you know what happens when you buy a motorcycle and you got problems? Well, we talked to the dealers. Deputy Daff, what did they say? Now, remember, they don't really have to do anything at this point. But what's going on with you, Daff?
So I spoke with Harry, the general manager at Avalanche Harley.
Lanch?
Avalanche Harley.
Yeah.
And
I've heard of them.
yeah, really, really nice. And
Okay.
he said, "Oh, I know exactly who they are. We have bent over backwards trying to help them."
Here's the problem. The damn thing was a problem from the beginning, and they shouldn't have. They should have gone through it before they sold it.
Yeah, and he said from the beginning they explained that, and they tried to sell them, an extended warranty that would have covered a lot of this.
Well, I don't.
I know
get into
how
that.
you feel about that.
No, it wouldn't have covered. It wouldn't have gone retro. I don't even know why he's saying that. But Kimmy, listen, Kimmy, I wanted to say something. Ben, when did this sale take place without you looking at the bike?
Technically, but they never offered us an extended warranty. That's the first time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna. It's just not good. They won't go retro on it. I don't want to get into that. Did you guys? I need to know the process of purchase. So what was it? How'd you find out about the bike?
The internet guy, this is Ben. The internet guy sent me a text message, said, "We got a bike in. We think you might be interested. Come in and look at it." So we went in there. We searched around, couldn't find it. Finally, we found it down in the basement. We looked at it, and they said, "Well, we need to put it on the lift and check it out, but you can buy it." So we were like, it's a good bike, right? And they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's a really good bike, runs great." So we were like, okay, so we bought it because we were leaving
Hold on.
vacation.
So hold on. They said they had to put it on a lift to check it out, and you said, "But it's a good bike," and they said, "Yeah, it's a good bike, runs great."
Yes.
And how can you prove that? That's a representation. How do you prove that?
Right.
I mean, how do you? Kimmy, I'm sorry, Ben, if I call them right now, who was the guy that said that to you? What's his name?
All we know is the kid's name was Chopstick.
Who?
Chopstick. His name was Chopstick.
And Chopstick told you this. He's the one that said it's a great bike, runs great, right?
Yes, and he talked to one of his other colleagues, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's a good running
So
bike."
two of them said that to you.
Correct. Yeah. The day
Okay.
we walked in.
Do you have the time and date that they said this to you?
We bought it on May 18th. May 18th, and it was around 4:45.
Okay. Make a note of that. Put it down in writing. Who was your wife there?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
And Tom, Harry is going to be calling them.
Here's what you do. How much did you pay for the bike?
$9,000.
Oh, what year was this?
2005.
How many miles on it?
40,000.
And what kind of bike?
It's an Ultra Glide.
An Ultra. Does that have the V-twin like all of them, right? Okay. Okay, so an 05, 40,000 miles Ultra, it's a little high, but as far as the price, but not you didn't get your face ripped off. But here's bottom line, okay?
Okay.
How much will it cost to fix to make it worthy, to make it running great like they represented, according to you?
I'm not even exactly sure.
Well, let's say if it's 7,500 or under, what I would do, Ben, is go to small claims court. Here's what you'd say: breach of implied warranty. Okay, that's what you do.
Okay.
Just get it to court. $50. Here's what you do: you say that two different people on May 18th, approximately 4:45, made the statement that it was a good bike and runs great. And then your wife will attest to that. And then you're going to take the small claims court for the price of repairs. But one thing you should do is get it out of there and go somewhere and have it analyzed as to what it will cost. Now, here is my gut feeling. It's not personal. That no one said that, really. Not like you intended it to sound. In other words, no one really was making a guarantee or representation. They said, oh, yeah, they might say the model, the make, yeah, these are great bikes, they run great, or these, in general. If you can nail them and they admit that they said about that bike, I don't know how they would say that since they hadn't even had it on the rack, but if you can get them to either sound incredible or admit it, either one, either they sound like they're lying or either one, and then your wife, make her testify. I'm not kidding. Just take it out of the realm of, he said, she said, and do it. Listen, verbal representations do mean something if you can prove them. And if the contract does not exclude them. Did you hear what I just said? So, if somebody truly, if they say this is a great car and runs great, and it's a piece of crap, what you can do is sue them if you can prove it. I say record it. Record your sales representations and then say when you're ready to sign, okay, play it back. You just said this. May I put that down as condition of sale? Runs great. If they say no, what does it tell you? Get it checked. Now, here's what we'll do. Nothing. There's nothing for us to do right now. Really. It's he said, she said until you prove it.
And Harry is going to be calling them.
Good. I want him to tell me what goes on. Charlie. And I want to get the hearing loss guy on because if we have his info, I read this analysis. I read this test. If he's relying on this test, there might be a problem. Hate to give him bad news, especially I helped this family 23 years ago. So what's going on, Charlie?
Well, Tom, I'm having a problem. Just real quick, I'm on disability, but I can work. And so I was working full-time for a transmission shop, and I've been doing this 30 years. And I was the manager up front, and I kept selling transmissions for the man. He kept telling me he'd pay me. Well, after a couple of weeks, it got up to about a month, and I would go in and ask the daughter, who supposedly runs all the paperwork and everything, well, I don't do payroll. You need to ask my dad. Well, every time I'd go in there to get ready to talk to him, well, he was in one of them booths. So I'd go back to her and say, hey, can you work this out?
Yeah, so how long did you work, Charlie?
Oh, I worked for him from April until October 3rd.
Wait a minute. Don't you tell me that you worked that long without getting paid.
I actually got three checks that he gave me, and they bounced, and then he made them good. And right now, the other day, he wrote me a $25 check, and it was no good.
25 what? Wait, 25?
He wrote me a $2,500 check.
What would that have done? Bring you even?
Would have brought $500 that he still owes.
Your phone is dreadful. You just keep going on and off. How much does he owe you today, period?
He owes me $7,500, period, sir.
That's wonderful. You can sue the hell out of him and get treble damages. You can get triple the amount. They don't take that lightly in the state of Colorado for unpaid wages. But listen, Charlie.
have another shop that I had problems with that I'm still dealing, and I've been waiting 8 months for the state of Colorado to assign me.
I know. But you can listen. You can do the procedure on your own. I can't do it. You can do it. Here's what you do. You find the statute, and you go. Were you a W-2 employee?
I was actually in the beginning. I was a regular person. Yeah, W-2.
How do you know? How do you know?
He was writing me checks to me personally.
It doesn't matter.
Okay?
Did he take out wages, wage withholdings, and all that?
No, he wouldn't take any out.
Okay.
And I kept saying so.
Did he dictate where you went, when you went, how you went, and all of that? You were an employee.
I was an employee until the last check. And what I did is I set up a corporation because I got tired of messing with him and didn't want to get in any trouble.
You screwed yourself, Charlie. You screwed yourself by doing that. Hold on. We'll come right back.
How do people go work for somebody and not get
April
paid?
to October.
I hear that story all the time. I don't understand how you can do that.
Well, he had a couple of bounce checks, and he made
And
the
how
checks.
could you not pay your employees the other side of that?
But he said you that
work
was.
for you and not pay them.
I thought her budget was not. Kidding, Mark.
Eastbound 270, approaching yours, so watch out for that. Off highway, watch out for crowds.
He said that his daughter said that doesn't play well, so I think I know which
Forecast
shop
going to be
that is.
sunny today with a high near 65.
Is it
Tonight,
in Aurora?
high to low 35.
No, it's, right
Tomorrow,
off
sunny,
of
warmer, a high of
Evans.
71. Right now, a few clouds and 59.
That's
Your
right.
impact
Hey, Tom,
traffic
can we
weather
send
on
that report to Tinnitus,
AAA
Colorado Tinnitus?
members
there you
get
go.
20%
Did you see the
discount.
bottom of the report's got all the...
Quality parts
Good idea.
That's Napa
Good
know-how.
idea.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores,
Okay.
exclusions may apply. May not be combined with other members.
Okay, guys. Spot coming up. DenverTrialLawyers.com. This is a firm you can depend on when you have catastrophic injuries. They've gotten $70 million in a birth injury, $22 million for medical malpractice. You know, we have very few attorneys that want to handle medical malpractice or birth injuries or go after a product for product liability. They've gotten money for product liability you would not believe. And you know what? Here's the bottom line. If you need an attorney that is aggressive, a firm that'll stand behind you, a firm not afraid of litigation, if you're going after a medical healthcare worker, a hospital, a doctor, a product, maybe assisted living facilities or nursing homes. Do you know how many we hear about? And we've not had these great people to send them to. Now, I'm telling you, call them. 303-647-4435. DenverTrialLawyers.com. For catastrophic injuries, 303-647-4435.
I'll try to get their email.
Oh,
And send it to them.
Laura saw that her husband
What did you do?
urgent medical treatment.
For the Colorado Tinnitus. Because you look at the bottom of the report, it's got all the audio, all that.
Yeah.
compilation.
I want to get her on.
Okay.
Let's try to, let's try, she's not there. Let's try to get her on. It's an excuse to get her on, Dan.
Okay, but I'll try to get her email too then. Send her down there.
I have all
She'll
that.
have that ahead of time.
I have that.
But it has all that audio stuff.
Yeah, I know. I have her email. I'm going to send it.
Oh, you do? Okay, great. Okay, I'll tell.
When you were sick, every minute.
So a text, right?
And is the cartilage old?
It's what?
Text, right?
Text.
You can regular text. I can send that to you, right? I'm
Yeah,
asking
yeah.
you. Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Oh.
Dispatch help accepts medical services. Dispatch help.
My mom, that's what my mom has. She has a hard time walking around because she's got arthritis.
Attention homeowners. With a strong housing market, if you bought a home more than a year ago, chances are you have equity in your home. And with one call to Cash Call Mortgage, mortgage, that equity can mean cash in your pocket. The cash you need for the upcoming holidays, to remodel your home, or just keep in your pocket. The timing to
You
take
getting in any
advantage of your home's
CBT
equity
yet?
has never
Trying
been
to
better.
rebuild or do
The Fed's just
anything?
lowered interest rates.
Let
So
me
if
see
you have an
here. I
interest
think
rate
Scott
higher
did
than
one last week.
2.99%, give us a call to see if we can lower your
Couldn't
monthly
get any
mortgage
parts for it.
payment and get you the cash you need.
Yeah,
At Cash Call Mortgage, we're a direct
I got
lender,
one
and we
in
can
a
close your
2011
refi in as fast as
Mitsubishi.
20 days with no upfront deposit. If you
Even
qualify,
used.
we'll even pay
You
your
know,
closing costs. The
75,000
holidays are
miles on
coming
it, and
fast,
that's
so get the extra
500
cash you need
Okay.
now. For a free
Okay,
quote to see if you
Yeah,
qualify, call
Mitsubishi
Cash
was
Call Mortgage.
Oh my God. He said old drive. There's not even.
Oh my God.
2005 influence.
Yeah.
Is that
Ultra Glide Classic.
Yeah,
He's got
Scott
some
was doing
pressure.
something this week. I forgot what kind
Yeah.
of car it was. He was just telling me what our cost is on parts.
From maxed out cards, now you can get a
This is
Yeah,
2005.
he's got some
right?
pressure codes,
See,
you know, kick in, front and limp mode.
Okay.
is one of the nation's largest
Ultra Classic, Electric Glide Ultra Classic.
That's probably it.
So you think that's it? Used one was on 7,500. Is what it's
New
doing.
one, 7,000 plus.
By the time you get later,
And that's
man,
your
you
Kelly
come
Blue
to
Book,
work
right?
after
Is that with the 40K on it? Because 40K is a lot of miles.
Is it? No,
I mean, most people don't ride that much, to be honest.
You're right.
I picked up a 2013 with like 2,000 miles for 10 grand.
That's not even.
So,
I mean,
No, it's not worth
you
doing
pay
either
me
one.
a bit.
No.
yeah.
But I mean, they should go. Which one should a motorcycle
That's
go?
what I mean.
A car should easily go 150,000 miles.
Like I said, most people don't. I have an 85 Softail that's got 130 on it.
It's still
It's
good.
a full engine, bottom half. We rebuilt the top half.
Thank you so much.
You're
But-
welcome.
Hey, Dad, we want to get Colorado tinnitus on.
They purposely charge this
All right, I'll
much
come in
money
there and talk to you.
for parts.
You ride a Harley, right?
Parts or complete transmission.
Nope, not anymore.
No? Done with that, huh?
Too many crazy drivers out there.
No argument there.
Going 50 mile an hour and you got somebody 2 inches from your back thing and do 35 mile an
I
hour
only
speed
like
limit.
to ride out of town.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I like
And I'm in
this
the
stuff.
spring, so
I live up in Blackhawk, so I mean, I love
Yeah,
driving
once you're up there,
119 and
yeah.
up there. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, one weekend, one month, 4 weekends in a row, somebody died. Just because the car's pulling out in front of them, or, and then, like I said, one time I was about to jump off my bike because this guy was 2 inches away from me. Pull over, let him go by, come back, and drive right back on the other guy. It's like, I can't even enjoy this.
Not at all. That's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
Scarf cut ceiling rings and fix the whole thing. But if you still could fix it, you still could buy a stainless steel sleeve and fix it. And now, I mean, there's nothing available for it on a lot of this stuff.
Available on over 2,000 devices.
Man.
I had a gal at time. She worked at this Corn Aurora, that's why I thought that's what it was.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I don't know, Ugly Ed seems to be in a country mood today. No? You just play that? Okay. Anyway. I don't know, Ugly Ed, do you and your husband love to square dance? Ever?
No, not really.
No?
I mean, I know how.
You do? I knew that because you're from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Anyway,
teach that in kindergarten in Arkansas.
What's that?
They teach it in kindergarten in
Yeah.
Arkansas.
I wish they taught how to read. Okay, 303-713-TALK. Now, we got an update on Waste Connections. Also, Charlie, this is serious with Charlie. There's a procedure for not getting paid. But, Charlie, I know you said you formed a corporation or an LLC or whatever because you got tired of waiting on him, and I don't know what that means. You didn't want to get in trouble. So what does that mean, Charlie? You were getting paid, and you didn't know what your status was. So
yeah, and I was an employee. I was required to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and I was required to close.
Okay.
And,
You were an
that's all
employee.
the
Even
responsibility.
if you're not called an employee, you're an employee most of the time in Colorado and in other states. So you changed at what point?
I did a 2-week notice so that I could get paid, and that's when I changed. And then when I gave him a 2-week notice, he told me that okay, well, he gave me that $2,500 check. And he
Yeah,
said,
but you
I
were
said,
still an
"Everything's
employee. So let's forget this corporation you have. Here's what you need to do, and I'm serious. You need to go and there's a procedure online, and really it works. why do I mention small claims court sometimes? Sometimes it's to get rid of people because I know they're not going to be successful. And they're hell-bent on saying, oh, yeah, I can prove it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll admit it. I say, well, you know what? If you have the proof, go. Just tell it to a judge because, in my opinion, you don't have anything. However, there are times I tell people to go to small claims court because I know absolutely positively they will get a result, probably a very positive result. One case was Grubhub. When this woman's working for Grubhub, I believe she had what was called detrimental reliance. I believe that they gave her the impression she had adequate insurance, and she didn't. That's a case where I truly believe she'd get a positive result. I know you will if what you're telling me is true. And now, will he? Yes. Here's what I want to know, though. When you do this, you outline the procedure, ask for payment within a certain date. If you don't get payment, you sue for whatever is outstanding 3 times the amount. Then, here's what I want to know. If he showed up, what would be his argument? Would he actually say you did not work for him, or would he say you did such bad work it cost him money, or what? What do you think his stance would be?
To be honest, Tom, I don't know what he would say.
Okay.
He would always tell me that he didn't have money in the bank to pay me.
All right, that would be a great thing for him to say in court. But would he also say you were paid in full? Because what is to say you haven't been paid in full? Have you been keeping track of days and hours?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir. I kept up with all my sales.
And did you apply payments? Did you apply payments as they came in to your hours?
I didn't have hours. I was on commission.
Okay. Did you apply the money he paid you to the commissions that were outstanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's why I know that he owes me $75.
I do not know if you can get treble damages on commissions. I think, I don't know. I do know you can get your money. Now, what's the name of this business, and is he still in business?
Oh, yeah, and that's my problem is because...
What's the name?
It's called B&M Transmission, and it's in Colorado Springs.
Have you guys heard of them, B&M Transmissions? All right. Let's give him a quick call, Daff. Let's give the old call to be fair. But meanwhile, I want you to pursue small claims court. First, go to the state of Colorado Labor Department site and find out the procedure. I'm Tom Martino. We got a lot to talk about. 303-713-TALK is our number. It's car day, but we'll talk about anything you want on the Troubleshooter Show. Nancy has an update on trash with Waste Connections. We'll talk to him and more. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loan.
You know those guys, B&M? Well, there used to be a B&M over there by us. That guy.
Colorado Timber is off on Friday, so we're going to push it till Monday.
Used to be a salesman for Asymmetric.
We'll get him on Monday.
Asymmetric.
And Sloan's.
Oh, yeah. Who was the one guy, Crash?
Then I need to put that report away.
Remember Crash?
For like 30 years.
Put it away. What do you mean?
Crash?
Yeah, so I have it on Monday.
Oh, I got it here.
Good. Thank you, because I don't often keep that shit.
Because they were like second in Tejon, weren't they? Asymmetric, or who was over there?
This insurance policy is dreadful. It doesn't matter. He'll never get covered for this shit.
That's what I was thinking. That's why they give it to you for nothing. Only they upped it to $50,000.
Right next to the
gift shop. They did it on the 1st of August, and the accident happened on the 17th of September. So a month and a half later after getting 20 years ago.
But, yeah, he killed himself.
Nope, they're on the opposite side of town.
Sounds fishy, Plexident. Maybe you guys should do that not only dense, but still do hearing.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, did the roofer ever swing by your place?
Yeah.
Did he?
Nothing.
Nothing? Same with me.
Yeah.
I hate to bring the guy all the way up there. But
at least you got 2 houses and stuff.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
No
we
damage?
had XL come on up there.
You had no damage?
No damage.
Those bastards. No, just kidding.
Oh, no, actually, you know what? That's what you want. That's a good insurance company. Because the other one that I had down
Okay,
here,
let's look at my kids. I want to look at my kids. Oh, good. 100.
He did tell me, though, that they had other places up there that did have insurance.
89. What the fuck is that?
These guys said a couple of minor crack, too.
89. What? Homework? So that's
the Napa Auto Sales Center.
Language Arts, 89. Life Science,
Professional
wow.
auto services.
There's not a lot of qualifications.
Math.
I don't care other than
He slipped just a little this time, the little bastard.
Because they upgraded.
What the hell, Bonnie?
They have a gold certification now.
Okay,
And there
he's
is
doing pretty good, but not.
requirements for that.
Man, oh fuck, did I see a good movie? Oh my God, did I see a good movie? Harriet. Oh shit.
Good movie?
Oh my God,
We
is
just
this
got. I'd never applied for it before. We just got our
I love
certification.
historical dramatizations.
I realized
love
that
them.
when I switched over from the Napa Gold certification, if I was AAA certified, I get another 4% rebate on my parts. So it's like,
But AAA is a lot harder to get.
Okay.
Because inspections, you know, they want to see all the equipment. They have a list of stuff that you have to be able to do and provide. Then they send out a survey. You got to be 90% or better.
Other guys just want to do things right.
fun yet, Nick?
Whether
You know,
4.5 or better.
Oh,
Or
yep,
4.4
gets
or
out of the
better
shop.
Google. Yeah.
Actually, I haven't really been out of the
Which is
house this
cool.
week,
You
and
know,
no reason to go to the shop. I ain't got nothing to go.
Really?
Anytime you have to work hard for it,
Nope.
you know,
Really? It just went to a cliff. Usually it kind of dies down into the winter, but it just 2 weeks I haven't had one phone call. 3 drops went out Saturday.
How'd you find them?
Done.
well, 5 people total.
So we just had a guy walking around and said, and I was outside, he gave me his card.
I mean, how'd you find them?
He says, hey, I'm repairing a couple of your vehicles.
Word of
Can I
mouth.
give you my card?
We have a lot of.
It's up at your house.
I always
It's
know
here.
So even
Okay.
today, that I'm full staffed, I'm still in on there.
Okay. I
So
thought
that
it
way
was
I
up
can
there.
keep
I'm
them
like,
on
really?
file, and
Something
if
going
they
on?
work out really well, or if it's somebody that I'm really impressed with, I'll try to
Yeah, I've
at
done
least
about
contact
4 or
them.
5 cars from the school parking lot, Gilpin
So
School.
that's the first thing I go
That
into
hell
is
hit.
my file.
Oh, they did?
Yep. About $40,000.
So you do them up there then?
Yeah, I did.
We have a
Well,
pretty
one of
good
them I took down to my
reputation
shop
in
in town. The other one I haven't done
I
up
mean,
there.
as you guys do
They-
up here,
they
right?
had that
So
bad.
the other shops
Yeah,
and the
it's
other
about
dealerships
$2,000,
know us.
$3,000 each one of those.
So whenever a technician's looking to get out, they'll
Yep.
usually
Well,
stop
good.
and talk to us.
One of them I think I
Good
got
deal.
it for 18. I
Those
saved
guys
them $500.
love what we do. We've got the
Rode it for
BG
22,
products
and
that
then
we
I get it
use.
for like 18.
Those guys,
So they
we
know
can
that
really
you're
good
up
work
there.
with them, and
They
they
came
came
right
right
to
to
the
a ton of their product because we're a busy shop.
Most of them see my
So when
trucks
they
up
see
there
a
for
good
13
technician in
years.
a slower shop, they always mention us. Hey, if you want to go to a good shop, you know, BG rep them. Yeah. So, you know, we just so many different ways. I tried Indeed, but I've never.
I've never had any luck with that at all.
You put your parameters on there, right? And then they send me a tow truck driver.
Yeah, from Boston. Yeah. I've had them where people are out of state and they want me to provide transportation here for the interview.
Oh, wow. I
Things
tried
like
it
that.
once and it didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, right. Say bring them in, put them up for a week in a hotel and everything.
And then ski through tickets?
Yeah.
Just to find out that they weren't looking for that kind of work. Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
so.
you're an auto repair. Oh, I'm sorry.
God.
No.
Yep,
Oh,
I still go skiing though, right?
Out of the 10 apps I got, 2 tow truck drivers, 4 machinists looking to do machine work. 2 lube techs, yep, 2 lube techs and 2 mechanics. So out of the 10 that they sent me, it's like 2 of them
How
were
much
worth
did that
it.
cost you?
I did a 30-day parameter and I spent $100 on it. So, what's worth it? Because even if I, like my text, I always offer them, hey, if you bring somebody in and stay 6 months, I'll give you anywhere from $250 to $500. Just depends on the valuability of who they are. So, but finder's fee basically. You bring your buddy in and he works out well for 6 months, I'll give you some money.
And then you say, if he doesn't work out, you give me the money.
There you go.
Right? No?
No kidding, right?
Only one time did I pay a guy some money, and then 6 months later, that guy was like the biggest pain in the neck, and he was complaining to me. And I said, look, you brought him in. If you don't like him, you take him out.
mortgage rates haven't been this low in over a
Yeah, that's
decade.
always been something too. It's like, hey, a friend of mine, he's working at another shop, he wants to come work, and that's never worked. And then two friends
I got the owner
working
on
together.
to answer me and not paying Charlie.
Well, you don't like Friends?
Friends of friends, they're the company,
Never
Jim
has
Devin.
That's actually remarkable.
Upfront fees, just a loan customized for your needs. You might even be able to delay up to 2 months of mortgage payments.
You gotta respond.
Take him right away and remind him now.
I had a really good transmission guy come work for us.
That's 303-695.
He was there like 6 months. Guy was awesome, but he sucked at auto repair.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up basically setting him up with a transmission shop in town that I know.
Sure.
And basically got him a job over there because he was so good at transmissions. But
You
you
didn't
give him a
have
set
enough
of
of
struts
them to-
or
yeah.
brakes, and hours and hours. It's like, what are you doing?
I got a guy that way, my heavy guy, the guy that does all the engine R&Rs, this, that, this. You give him something else, and he breaks 9 things. It's like, dude.
It worked out great. I got him over
You know,
there.
the same thing. It was like struts. He was like, well, I need one of these now. It's like, what did you do?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome. We are here to help you. That's what we're here to do. Not like the government. Hello, we're here to help you. No, no. We're here to really help solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier, put people together to talk about this. Hour brought to you by Panacea Life Sciences. These are the guys that put out the pharmaceutical-grade CBD products that work, realcbdthatworks.com. Now, whenever I have an owner of a business on, I give them the utmost priority because they have a business, their name has been mentioned, and I certainly want to get their say. In fact, I love that, so I'm going to get right to it. We don't know what's up, but we do know that Charlie says he's been working for the guy. So we're not talking about the guy's work. We're talking B&M's transmission work. We're talking about the fact that Charlie worked for him, and he says he can't get paid all that he's owed. It's that simple. I told Charlie, if you're owed money and you kept track of it, you can go to the Department of Labor in Colorado. They're pretty aggressive. Go to their website. They have a procedure for you making a demand, then suing for treble damages if they don't come through. But Mike was willing to talk about it, so we'll bring him up. I really appreciate it. And it's a very simple problem, Mike. Again, he just says he wants to be paid. So Mike is the owner of B&M. Hi, Mike. Thanks.
Hi.
So, do you know who Charlie is?
Oh, yeah. I know who Charlie is.
What did that mean? Oh, yeah. I know who. Do you owe him money? Let's just say that.
No.
Okay. And why do you think you don't owe him money?
Well,
and I don't know that you do either. I'm just asking.
Charlie worked for me. He gave his 2-week notice. When he left, I gave him a check. The check turned out to not be good.
Well, how'd that happen?
We didn't have the money in the bank at the time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I went and got him a certified check.
Mm-hmm.
This was after he called, and I told him I'd make the check good. And he went ahead, called the sheriff's department, sent them over here. They didn't want to get involved in it.
Well, no, it's a civil matter. He called the sheriff's department?
He called the sheriff's department.
Okay.
Over here.
Now, that payment that you made to him, if I may ask, was that payment in full?
Yeah.
Because that's another bone of contention. But then what happened? The sheriff's department didn't get involved. Then what happened?
He sent his wife over to get the check because he didn't want to come over here himself.
Okay.
Pretty much that's it. I mean, he went in and he wrote some, I don't know where he comes up with this information about how the government is after me and reviews online. They had to pull them off because they were just there was so much fantasy involved in them.
Okay.
Because apparently, government entities were after me.
So there's some bad blood here. Here's what I want to know. Why do you guys have such a difference in what you think is owed or not owed?
Well, because Charlie was paid on commission.
Okay.
And he feels that he should have been paid for what he says he sold.
And what do you feel?
I feel as though I also have to pay for cars that Charlie went ahead and told us that the customer had approved work on them.
Yeah.
Only to find out that no, the customers never did approve them.
Oh.
So I've paid out. I can't really give you a number right off the top of my head in labor and parts to customers that never approved work done on their vehicles. Charlie was basically out for get that money so I can get my commission.
Okay, so hold on. Let's just see one thing at a time. And Charlie, this is what I feared. Even if you say you're owed a certain amount of money, Mike is saying you're not owed money. Whatever you were paid is payment in full, and he is saying he's got his records. And I don't know how you refute it. If he says he pays on commissions, if he can show that the closed and undisputed sales equal a certain amount of money, what would be the dispute with you then?
Well, I could tell you this. When I gave you my 2-week notice, he said, okay. Well, he told me, well, if you keep working and just keep selling the jobs, I will pay you on them. Now,
well, he's not disputing if you sold a job, you would get a commission. But he's also saying some of the stuff was not approved. And
well, he's lying about that. I'm just flat saying.
Well,
that.
this is where you're going to have a problem of proof, though, because all Mike has to do. Listen, you admit you were on commission, so all Mike has to do. I'm not sticking up for him. I'm just saying here's your hurdle. All he has to do is add up the total sales attributed to you, and then and then give you the commission. And if he already did that, and you're claiming he owes you more, you're going to have to come up with the actual closed, undisputed sales and ask for that.
And I have that because when he was saying that the officer that came in from the county, the sheriff,
they're not going to do anything.
Oh, he did do something. He got me my $2,500 that day because I told the cop, I said, I just want to be paid, or I'm going to run this check through. And then, as the sheriff said, well, then you can file charges. I said, I don't want to do that. I just want to get paid.
Okay.
So
there's no charges to be filed for unpaid wages. It's a civil matter, Charlie. Let's just forget about law enforcement, please. I want to ask a very simple question. Give me the example of one commission where you believe you're owed and he doesn't acknowledge it.
Oh, I can tell you right now. There was a white. I can't remember if it was a Dodge or a Ford, but it came from Napa Transmission in Calhoun, Colorado. I sold that one for like $18.95, and that's one.
Okay, well, hold on. Wait. Mike, do you know that one he's talking about from Calhoun?
Yeah, I know that one.
Do you owe him commission on it?
I have no idea. I don't have any paperwork in front of me.
Okay, well, he doesn't. Hold on. Charlie, he doesn't have it in front of him. Here's what I'd like to do. And thank you, by the way, Mike, for being on. I really do appreciate it. Here's what I think we should do. Charlie, you should, and you have a right to see this, you should see what commissions you were paid on. Charlie, did he give you a breakdown when you got your check, or did he just give you a lump sum of money?
He just gave me a $2,500 check.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Charlie, I don't need stories, man, right now. I just don't. It's so easy to understand. You're claiming you're owed more than he's claiming. All I need is this. Mike doesn't have to do this. I'm not an official agency, but Mike, I think it would go a long way in putting this to sleep, and that is, if you could just outline, Mike, for us. I mean, you don't have to, but I would love it. If you could outline the commissions he's been paid on. That's it, the jobs. And then, Charlie, you simply see, then at least you know, okay, these he paid me on. Then we narrow it down to the ones that you believe, Charlie, that you're still owed on. And then I imagine Mike can go down each and every one of them and say why you're not owed on them. He's honest enough to say, look, I have no idea. I have no paperwork in front of me, but I believe I paid him. So let's see if he's willing to do that for you, to give you a list of what you've been paid on. I know if I had an errant previous disgruntled employee or salesperson who thought I didn't pay him, I would gladly itemize what I paid on. And then that person can come back and say, what about this, 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 and this? And then Mike can say, you're not going to get paid on this because they rescinded. You're not going to get paid on this because you didn't do it. Whatever. Okay, Daph, ask Mike if he'd be willing to give Charlie a breakdown. I mean, we actually, what we call ourselves consumer advocates, we're transaction advocates. We help people many times get rid of problems. I mean, we do. Like, I have one that's bugging the hell out of Uncle Kevin here, Sheridan Auto Tech, we're going to talk about, because I just heard a little rumbling. I want to know about it. Now, you purchased a car, Aaron. Let me get this straight. You purchased a car how long ago?
Hello, sir.
How long ago did you purchase your car, Aaron?
I literally purchased it about, I would say, maybe close to 4 weeks now, going closer to 4 weeks.
Okay.
I've been going back and forth with the dealership. I know that.
What's wrong? What's wrong with the purchase in a sentence at this point? Is it the purchase or is it the car?
I would say the car, because I can't drive it now.
Okay, hold on, and we'll come right back to you and more on the Troubleshooter Show.
Did you know indoor air can be
You don't either, right?
So, you guys got sales guys?
Because I don't know how commission works.
No, he has flat.
So if they sell a job,
Not a commission,
This
but
guy's
there's
sales
part
guy.
flat rate.
Transmission. This,
Is hourly rate.
Sales guy.
Like,
Look,
build hours.
his people don't work on commission, right?
Right.
Yeah, mine don't
But what I'm
either.
saying
That's why I don't
is
understand.
That's not a good precedent in the auto business.
No.
Charlie's not a tech. I mean, how does he find these guys? Does he go out looking for
American Restoration, short or long?
No, he probably worked short. From what I'm gathering, he was commission based, so that means the technician wrote it up, turned it into Charlie, who was a
And he
service.
gets
He made the phone call.
2% of all sales,
The
or
only way
3%
he gets
or
paid is by
something.
making sales.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't make a sale for the day, he don't get paid for the day. Which
Right.
I've heard of.
Right.
I don't
But
know
how does he
that
get
works,
that?
but
So they bring a car in and then he goes, okay, transmission and stuff.
he's a service writer.
He's a service writer,
Right.
so once he closes a deal.
Right. So the technician looks the car over, they turn it into Charlie. Charlie then picks up the phone and calls and says, "This is what the transmission's got."
Gotcha. That'd be fairly easy.
American Restoration 24/7. The place you call when you've had a flood or a fire or a storm or mold or worse, and I hope you never have those, but here's what I know for absolutely positively sure. When you have those problems, you don't have the right mind to start picking a company, and most of the time people get ripped off in this area. You won't get ripped off ever. You'll get the best job with American Restoration 24/7, 8337 AM-REST. Put it away. Hope you don't need it. 8337 AM-REST.
So, like say, it's not a fairly easy job then? Or
What?
Service writer?
Service writer?
No, it can be a role.
Really?
Yeah, it can be.
You have to be able to talk to people.
Well, you have to be like a Swiss Army knife, because
Yeah.
you have to have enough knowledge
Of the
technical part and people skills, and you
It
know,
change with every customer. I can't talk to you the same way I talk to
Yeah.
him. or
you know,
him.
you have a regular customer you joke with and
Yeah.
make fun of things in his car and everything, and he laughs, and other ones you got to walk on eggshells.
And other ones want a breakdown of everything. Other guys don't think there's a problem. You got to get them to see there's a problem before they even buy it. You know, your brakes are bad? Nah, they're fine.
Yeah.
No, really, that noise is your brake pads. No, it's not. No, you can't tell them that because they don't think it's a problem. So, yes, it can be a little tricky.
And a service writer can make or break a shop. Yeah.
No, I can see that. I guess.
5 cars come in, they write up 5 things, 5 cars go out, nothing sold.
Nothing sold,
You're
yeah.
in trouble. Yeah. I just don't understand the commission part because I don't.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, and people, you know, the commission-based world, and I understand technicians generally get flat rate, right? They're paid by what they.
See, their salary on both and then spiffs.
Yeah.
Because
understand.
everybody's is at a minimum when they start out. You know.
But commission seems good though, right?
See, I always preferred some sort of commission end of it, so that you know,
That's right.
whether it's
You don't
based on
Did you
shop
talk to
bonus
me, Daph?
or employee bonus or whatever. I mean, there's something that keeps you moving, keeps you going.
Right.
You know.
But if you're just commissioned, you're going to call somebody, and I ain't sold nothing all day, it's 3 o'clock, I better sell something. Your car may not need brakes, but if me and you were talking about brakes and you're on it, let's just sell them.
And now you got a bad reputation.
And that's where that stuff comes from.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
where if you just pay
Selling
them a
stuff
salary,
that's not
they don't
needed.
have a want to sell something that's not there.
Right.
So, same with the
I guess that.
Is
tablets
Mark
nowadays,
handling
we take
your
pictures of everything.
spots?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. I love that spot too, Tom. It's awesome.
He doesn't get enough.
what makes it. He's saying that he sold jobs that they did that the customer didn't approve.
Authorized, right. Well, that's what the owners say.
If the customer shows up an hour later to pick their car up, and you're halfway through a job, then that you can prove that.
Yeah,
Now, how do you?
ticket.
Transmission is not typically is
Or
not
any-
a one-day job.
any-
That
any
takes
repair.
a couple days.
Right.
Yeah, but where's the ticket?
Right.
This is what you sold.
But
Okay, and
I
it's
would
paid.
say the white Ford.
And the customer shows up to pick
Well,
up
it
their
was,
car
was
5
the
days
white
later.
Ford
I
or
didn't
that Dodge?
approve
I don't remember
Well,
what it was.
What do you mean?
Well, you have the
Why
verbal
weren't you here
authorization.
5 days ago to pick your car up there?
Yeah, because you got to document authorization, especially on transmissions.
Exactly.
They're not.
Yes.
They're not
Anything.
So basically, every transmission coming in, he should have been getting.
If he's the only service writer, then yes.
If he's the only service rider, right?
Yeah.
There's probably more than one.
Yeah, I would assume he's answering all the phones. He's taking care of all the transactions, all of that.
There's a lot to it. It's not just sitting on the back office on the phone. You know.
Yeah. Oh, I just sold this job. Okay. Give me other jobs.
You're not just delivering coffee.
No. And typically, you're the first line of defense when there's a problem too. Because that's who you spoke to when you sold it.
Exactly.
So they call up and it's like,
That customer wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
Now
We
my
talk to
transmission's
Charlie
not
now.
working.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's Charlie. You
They remember your name
You
then.
want mine.
Charlie's not available anymore. He'll be back when the transmission
Charlie's
sales come
not
up.
here right now.
Yeah.
Change his voice.
I thought maybe he'd go around to shops that don't have transmission.
You know,
and say,
there may be part of that too.
You know, he's saying he didn't get paid from April through October. And that'd be a lot of jobs in between.
You would think, unless he doesn't come to work.
And all you make is $5,000 in that many months.
That's it.
Well, he said he was owed $7,500.
Right.
Okay, $7,000 from.
But it's also
What's
kind of
that
tough
spread?
for the shop to
6
write a
months?
$2,500 check.
Yeah, that's
a little scary.
Oh, the check bouncing, you mean? Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Nancy, I'm sorry I made you wait because we got in touch with you. And anyway, do you have an update on this trash? Do we have an update, Daph? What's going on? Okay, what's the update, Nancy? You called and you were so disgusted with Waste Connections. And a lot of other people called after you because they're just not picking up. It gets that simple, right? And no response from them.
Time on hold. So thank you very much. I did speak with the regional manager, district manager, Evan, and he said it's because of the snowstorm, which doesn't make sense because actually this started at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. You know what?
He
He said that to Daphne too, and I heard Daphne chopping him up.
Yeah, but they did give me a month free, although 3 weeks out of that month I didn't have service. But he did give me a month free. They came and picked up the trash yesterday, and then he marked me for Monday to make sure they picked up my trash. However, what about all the people who didn't call? I hope they pick up.
You're right. And Daphne's been in touch with them on most of them, but I really appreciate this this update, really, and I'm serious. Thank you. And Nancy, just tell any other people having problems to give us a call. And this calls for something very special today. I haven't used my dinger in a while. Okay, here it is. Let's do my dinger, please. Thank you. That is the success dinger.
Did I get that dinger?
Did you? Yes, you got the dinger for this, and so did she for staying on it. And everybody, what's that? What did you just say, Dan? Oh, you're mean.
She gets to see the digger.
You got it.
Oh, Dan.
Now, come on, guys.
You're despicable.
Okay. We got more coming up right here. Let's talk to Aaron. Aaron, I didn't forget about you, man. Really. Okay, so you purchased this car. Where'd you buy it, Aaron?
I purchased it at a place called 52AB Imports.
Where is that?
It's actually off of Broadway.
Okay, and tell me the story. Just sum it up in like 30 seconds, and then we'll ask questions.
So originally I saw this vehicle. It was $5,000, so I figured it was going to be a quick finance, something I could pay off fairly quick and not get caught up with too many, bills.
Okay.
I ended up getting into a different vehicle because I guess the insurance or for the company, it was going to cost me like $2,000 to put
Okay,
down a down payment for it.
so you went from one vehicle to another, right?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
you didn't close on the first vehicle, did you?
I did.
Okay, so technically, did they trade that in on the second vehicle, technically?
No. So
how did they do
my
it?
Fiance. So how they did it was me and my fiance were got a couple job offers. I'm gonna be working at the Climax mine, and she's gonna be working in Breckenridge.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to commute from Buena Vista.
Okay.
But
where this first car you actually bought? What was it? What was it?
It's fine. It's a 2008 Chevy Silverado.
Okay, that was the first one, and then you said that was about $5,000.
No, that one ended up being 10,000 because the one that was for 5,000 they couldn't get us into.
Well, that's what I'm getting. So here's why I don't even know why you mentioned that. So here's why I'm asking: did you actually buy that $5,000 vehicle to begin with, and then trade it in on the Silverado?
No, I actually ended up purchasing that vehicle after the Silverado, though.
Okay, so you saw a car for $5,000. You couldn't get into it, so instead you flat out bought a 2008 Silverado. Is that right?
Not flat out. I'm making payments on it.
No, that's what I meant. Okay, so the Silverado, how much did you pay for that, sir?
With the down payment and my trade-in, we probably looking at. Like,
well, the contract says the sales price. The contract says.
Yeah, the sales price would be like near 10,000. It was like.
Okay. All right, gotcha. I gotcha. Now, then you said you then went back and bought that first car you looked at.
Yes. Well, I ended up contacting them saying that my fiance was going to need a vehicle.
Gotcha.
Or I was going to need a vehicle.
So you went and you bought that $5,000 vehicle.
Yes.
Why couldn't they get you in that $5,000 vehicle to begin with?
That I don't know.
Okay.
That
that's because they wanted you to probably spend more. So what was that $5,000 vehicle? What was it? What is it?
It's a Ford F-350, a 2003.
2003 Ford F-350. Okay. Now, so now you and your fiance both have a vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the problem now?
The vehicle I just purchased 3 weeks ago is now in the mechanic shop.
That is the F-350?
Yes, sir.
Okay, could I ask a very straight-out question I ask everyone, Aaron? It doesn't mean I don't want to help you, but for God's sakes, it could have prevented a lot. Before you bought the F-350, did you have it thoroughly checked out by someone of your choosing?
I did not. Financially, I couldn't afford, so I went off of Carfax.
Okay, Carfax tells you nothing about current condition, but
exactly.
you can't financially afford not to do a check normally, but... Anyway, that's water under the bridge. Let's talk about today. What's wrong with it?
Right now, I took it to a shop in Parker, 4x4s and auto repair, and they inspected the vehicle. They informed me that it was going to be the camshaft and crank.
Oh, my God.
To get it starting again, because it was driving fine.
Wait a minute. How many miles on this?
It had 233,000 miles.
Oh my God! Do you realize? Do you realize any vehicle? See, I don't care how people take care of stuff. Any vehicle with more than 200,000 miles is basically going to give you, not maybe, it's going to give you major problems, and especially 233,000. So what I need to know is how much will all these repairs cost you?
All the repairs from what they quoted me was going to cost me $10,000.
Okay. So that's okay. Now here's the problem. What did you want to say, Jesse? Jesse is with us today from Colorado Springs, Honest Accurate Auto. What were you going to say, Jesse?
I was just going to ask, are they replacing the engine or are they rebuilding this engine?
The funny thing is the price quote that they gave me has nothing to do with the motor. All it was going to be was a fuel pump, a couple shoes, a boot on.
Well, wait a minute. You just said they needed a crank and a cam. You just said that.
And that would be enrolled with it. With all those.
Then don't say that has nothing to do with the motor. That has everything to do with the engine. Everything.
The crank and the cam
it does, but not like a full. It's not for even price quoted like for a full reblown.
Okay, guys, how much would it cost for a free?
What engine is in this first?
I just want to know. Oh yeah, is it a gas or diesel?
Diesel.
What? Okay. So how much is an F-350 diesel engine rebuilt or what do you call reman? What would it be? Exchange. What would?
I'm thinking 15,000.
How much?
The parts and labor, about a $15,000 repair.
Okay.
To replace the engine.
So, how can he get?
He may be looking at sensors and not the actual cam and crank itself.
Yeah, we'd have to see what they quoted.
Exactly.
He said it's not running, so it's more likely a crank sensor or camshaft sensor.
Cranks and they don't go. I mean, how often do cranks go?
Not in a diesel, they don't.
All right, so here's the deal. What are you calling about? Do you feel you've been cheated?
I feel that I have been cheated.
Yeah, you've been cheated mostly. Now listen, mostly you've been cheated by yourself because you should have had this checked out. Hey, how old are you, man?
31.
Okay, well, you're a young man, and you never had a problem like this before, huh, with a vehicle?
No, sir.
Okay.
Exactly, and I never had it before, so it never really crossed my mind, and
You just trusted people.
Exactly.
Okay,
and
so
learned.
listen, this is catastrophic for a young man. I mean, that's a lot of money, and I don't think 10 grand would be adequate if what you're telling me is true. So do these guys at Parker 4x4? Do they seem like good guys?
I thought it was a legit thing, and they informed me that the vehicle would run after they replaced the camshaft and crank.
Yeah, you didn't pay this, did you? Wait,
not yet.
Well, no. What? No. Let me ask you another question. Did you authorize the repairs?
The first repair I did.
The $10,000 repair.
No, sir.
How much?
It was $1,200 to replace the camshaft and crank.
No, it isn't.
Okay. So
no,
the
it
two
isn't.
Sensors,
No, it isn't.
The two sensors.
Listen, man, $1,200 won't even touch. It won't even pay for the crank, let alone replace it. Okay, so you paid $1,200 for something else. The $1,200 you paid, that's all you paid so far, right?
Yes, sir.
Now they're saying you need additional repairs, and that's what you're upset about.
Now they're saying that's not the reason why the vehicle's starting now. They're saying now the reason the vehicle's not starting is because of the fuel injection.
Okay, well, you could have multiple problems on a 233,000-mile vehicle. It's possible that you have. I mean, if they found bad sensors, they would replace them. If they, guys, when you have a vehicle that comes in with a possibility of 100 things wrong, you just start picking away at them, right?
Well, especially not a lot of history. He just got it. He doesn't know anything about the truck, so there's no feedback. Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
We also let customers know that there might be something else in that system that could maybe need to be replaced, but we have to start with this first.
Hey,
we always try to do that. We always try to let them know
you weren't cheated by these guys, most likely. I mean, I don't know why you're mad at them. Are you mad at the guys that you bought it from? I mean, they've sold a 233,000-mile vehicle as is. Didn't it ever occur to you that no matter what, even if everyone's honest, there are so many things that can go wrong?
That's what I was, figuring out and, coming to the realization on with a vehicle like that. But even with diesels, they're made for hauling.
You thought they would be, I know, you'd think they'd last a lot longer. Hold on, let's figure out what we can do to bail you out.
Cam sensor.
Right.
That's
but even though at $1,200, that seems really high. I mean, I'm not sure what's involved on a diesel replacing a crank.
I'm going to be doing a spot
Are
car.
you more worried about the injectors
You
now?
sons
He's saying
of bombs.
because the injectors are.
That's a high dollar
Oh.
Or an injector pump.
Yeah, you're talking
That's expensive.
$6 grand pretty dang quick. I mean.
How much is an
Did he say
injector
he
pump?
spent $5,000 for it?
I'm just trying to think.
$5
if
grand's
I
not
know
bad.
way to
$5 grand's
bypass-
not bad for an 03 diesel, though.
No, I think it was $5,000 for the Silverado.
No.
No, it was $5,000 for the
Silverado.
$10,000 for the Silverado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
you gotta take it to a diesel shop and have it third.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he couldn't afford that.
I know,
Yeah,
$100, right?
yeah.
$100 he couldn't afford, and
out.
now he's going to be out.
Can't afford it now too, like Tom
He
was
says his
saying.
girlfriend. Why is that was his girlfriend's car? Why does she need an F-350?
Yeah, she needs an F-350 diesel turbo.
To drive to the mines, is that where?
Breckenridge. Redneck, man.
When the visited Breckenridge.
These people in their diesels, when we see them come in, it's like.
Yeah.
You guys do diesel?
Okay, guys. Denver trial TrenchLawyers.com. You heard me talk about them. You know, some firms like to settle. Denver trial lawyers will settle if they can get what they think you deserve. But they also know how to go to court, and they have success before judges and before juries. You know, if you've been hurt by a doctor, a hospital, a therapist, assisted living or nursing home, a birth injury, or if you think your insurance company is being unfair with you, you can depend on Denver trial lawyers to give you a free consultation and a true assessment of the case. They focus on one thing: winning. You know what? I'm so tired of attorneys that just go through procedures without really looking for the meat of the case. Call them for catastrophic injuries. What is that? Well, figure that out together. Even if you're wrong, what is it? A phone call maybe? That'll get you to a real attorney with some real answers. So if you or a loved one have been hurt by products, doctors, institutions, or if your insurance company is unfair, DenverTrialLawyers.com, 303-647-4435.
Yeah, we've got a really good diesel tech.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Really good.
Oh, good.
He's awesome.
Because you guys don't do really. You
We do some.
Not much.
We do
Not
some.
much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks for letting me know that.
I got a buddy who has.
I was wondering why he was holding.
Yeah.
Diesels are.
But that's all he does.
Okay.
And that's this kid. That's what this kid does. He came from a diesel shop. He works for us.
Who's the most intelligent person you know, other than me?
Well, you just took that away.
Yeah.
Top of the list, Tom. I was thinking Mark, but he's not here. So.
God. It's a good thing he's not here to hear that. That would have.
You really feel the ego.
There you go. Did he say the biggest ego that I know?
There are no medical exams required. Just go to ethoslife.com.
This garbage diesel, I don't know how to find it.
Actually, he's only out
How'd you find him?
6,200 now.
So,
he could probably get
what could he get for that truck? Not 6,200.
3,500, you think?
Well, it depends on the four-wheel drive and everything else.
Oh, you know it's a four-wheel fucking drive. Come on, Kevin.
I would, okay, 90% of the
Kevin.
time.
Why would anyone ever?
Well, why would anybody who's never owned a diesel buy one?
Are F-350s a dually?
It can be a dually. It can be a single.
The real facts about stem cells, avoiding the hype.
Yeah, our west location's just got the old. It's just not room-wise. We're small.
See, we're too small.
Where our east shop, yeah, we're set up like a horseshoe. All the lifts you drive straight into. If you ever go to my east shop, it looks like a restaurant. It's
What do you mean
like
by east shop?
we have a shop out east on Powers. We have a shop on the west side of town on Nevada. So we call them east and west.
We were able to get her back doing what
But yeah, that shop
I forgot to take realcbd.com. I thought I took it. I'm like missing.
makes us look like trash. You know what I mean?
I think I saw Nick swipe it.
Yep. I'm happy.
2005 or 3?
2003 F350.
No, I must have taken something because
Contact Centennial Schultz at 303-963-92.
And the Silverado was in
and ask about
2008.
their free educational
The
service.
trucks are expensive.
But I bet you that road's got a ton of miles too, because 10 grand ain't a lot to pay for an 08 Silverado.
No.
That's pretty
Especially be using them for commuter trucks. You know?
Those diesel guys, the people that come to us, they run back and forth to the grocery store and then they have problems. It's like, guys,
they're not made for this.
Right.
Yeah.
These are made for opening up.
Oh, those are four doors? Those 350s? They can be. They can be a single cab, crew cab. There's a lot of configurations.
they're monsters.
They're big trucks.
They are. And like you were saying, Kevin, they're expensive to repair. I mean, there's a lot of things we do to diesels, but there's a lot of things we don't.
High-quality stem cell therapy.
Well, the biggest problem is when guys try to chip them and do other things.
There's a lot of updates we do to those trannies to make them hold up.
Yeah.
Big heavy-duty converters,
Oh, yeah,
sun
they're
shells,
huge.
all kinds of stuff.
There was some years those Dodge Cummings had some problems in the trailer.
Yep.
I remember.
A lot of years.
Yours says it only has 260 horse?
We all want to be
That's not very big, is it?
What,
260 horsepower?
2003.
Yeah, it's
Probably got like 700 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 230 horse and 700 foot-pounds of torque.
230? They're heavy, those sons of bitches.
Hell yeah.
You ever get behind one on I-70 and try to keep up with them?
Oh, they're fast.
They're gone.
Being up the hill?
Oh, yeah. Right up the hill.
Are they supercharged or are they turbo?
American Canada, 2 of the latest arrivals to PetSmart.
Yeah, I like the ones that you see in the back of the bed. It's got the exhaust pipe this big around. Sticking out of the bed. I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't you think that would have like an adverse, like a back pressure platform on that big
How stupid is that?
How do they turn that up?
Yeah, but I
Wait,
mean,
what do you mean in the bed?
They got a smokestack.
Yeah,
It's about 2 feet around.
Tom, an exhaust pipe.
Behind the cab?
Right through the middle of the pickup bed, right behind the cab.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
It is.
Really dumb.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, Aaron, hang on a sec. This thing, I didn't realize B&M Transmission wanted to say something else. Mike's the owner, and basically Charlie accused them of not being paid properly for his commissions, but Charlie doesn't actually have a breakdown of the jobs he's been paid on. He just has a lump sum check. And Mike says that it accounts for all the commissions, although he doesn't have the paperwork in front of him. I'm not sure what additional he wanted to add, but certainly because his name was mentioned, I wanted to be fair on this. Go ahead there, Mike. I'm sorry.
Okay. I just wanted to mention that basically Charlie caused most of these problems for himself. He wouldn't follow protocol in the shop. He was supposed to every week get with Stephanie, the office manager, and compare numbers and make sure that everybody was on the same page. Well, he didn't do that. And when he gave his 2-week notice, it was a ploy to get paid, and that's what he told me. And I asked him, why didn't you just go to Stephanie in the first place?
Okay. I mean, but still, I understand he probably didn't do the procedures you wanted, but that would not negate the commissions, right?
Oh, no. I mean, there was no problem paying him. It was just I wanted to be sure that the numbers we had in the office were the same numbers that he had.
What if you made a list of what you already paid him on, and he did have some other jobs that truly were not paid on? What would you do?
Then I'd make it right.
Okay. So, but you feel, you don't have the stuff in front of you. We caught you off guard, but you do feel that the money you paid was for everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's well put. Thank you. I just, let me give him, since you said that, I don't know. Charlie, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Charlie, this is what I think. I think we have a disagreement. I don't believe we have a ripoff. If you want to say any closing comments.
Well, he was telling me about the Stephanie thing. I went to Stephanie on many occasions.
Okay.
That's where, in the end, all of it came to, because she said she didn't do payroll. Go talk to my dad. And it went back and forth until finally I had to do something. And as far as following protocol, yes, I would have my list, and I would go in there to try to give it to Stephanie, and Stephanie would have this wrote down, and we would go right over it. Hey, when you only get paid, you work there 6 months, and you only get paid like 3 or 4 times that every one of the checks are bad, it gets a little old.
Okay.
And
so, and Charlie, you're claiming that he owes you $7,500. Do you have a list of every
he
one
does. He said he
jobs
does.
For that $7,500?
So you have them all broken down by job, right?
Yep.
And is that
one of those jobs?
And that money you allegedly are owed, is that after the payments he already made? It's an additional $75?
That's an additional $7,500 that he owes me.
That's a lot of money. That's okay. I hear you. I'm not gonna continue this back and forth. I hear you. And that's why Mike would do himself a favor by simply giving a breakdown of everything he's paid on. Yes, Daff.
And Mike will make the list, but Charlie needs to show up and not bring the sheriff's department and not send his wife.
Yeah, Charlie, here's what you got to do, though. Once you get this list, I would like you to tell us, based on this list, how many other jobs you're owed on, and show us a breakdown, okay?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
All right, good. And then can be the face-to-face. Before we have that, we have nothing. 303-713-8255. Let me get to these people that have been waiting about their cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, and you can call about anything. But Andrew's calling about his Jeep. Andrew, can you describe your problem with your 2011 Jeep other than it's a 2011 Jeep?
Absolutely. So I've actually had a lot of problems. That's why I didn't go over it.
Okay, so you and I didn't forget Aaron either. Okay, I just want to know this. Is this are you complaining because you bought it like this, or is this just some maintenance stuff you need help with?
This is maintenance stuff. I'm having a problem getting warranty from the dealership.
On a 2011?
Yeah, they have Jeep had a lifetime warranty. It's called Max Care or something like that.
Wow, I never heard of that.
Vehicle.
I never heard of that.
I think they're still doing it. It's $100 per visit for the lifetime of the Jeep, and it covers basically the same thing as a bumper to bumper.
All right, hold on. We'll come back to you, but first I got to take Aaron too.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Good news, that earlier crash downtown, northbound I-25 approaching 6th Avenue, that's been cleared out of the way. The rest of the drive stall and accident-free. Just seeing usual delays in the usual spots. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion. Also slow either side of 225. Westbound 270 stop and go either side of Vasquez and the Commerce City Drive. There is a crash off highway at 19th in Colorado to watch out for. The weather forecast, going to be sunny today with a high of 65. Tonight, clear overnight and a low of 35. Tomorrow, sunny, even warmer with a high near 71. Right now, just a few clouds above in Denver, and we're sitting at 62. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner on 630 KHOW.
At Mattress Firm, you can get early access to the Black Friday sale. Shop now and save up to $600 on a king bed for the price of a queen. Plus, take home a free adjustable base when you spend just $4.99. It's the best deal of the season.
Okay. This is the most amazing video you'll ever see. You know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, I think this video's worth a commercial. FoamYourWalls.com. Here's the message. If you have any insulation in your home, it's never going to be as good as having this insulation. So what do? You retro insulate. And when you do, you will find that this insulation is the best. Now, if you're satisfied, that's fine. But if you want to save up to 50% on your energy bills, if you want your house to be 80% more quiet, if you want to fill every nook and cranny with a retro foam, it's an injection foam. It's not that spray. It doesn't get hard. You can snake through it. You can work through it if you have to in the future. It is the best insulation, and you'll convince yourself when you see this. FoamYourWalls.com. They, by the way, also have environmentally friendly stuff with no off-gassing. You're going to love it. They can do it from outside the home in usually a day. 720-676-6333. FoamYourWalls.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure,
And that
anxiety
company
meds.
had they had one of their vehicles in the shop. I'm not sure what we're doing to it.
Wait, did he bring his 350? I got to tell you about it, okay?
No,
he-
that Max Care. It's a smaller vehicle.
Barbie freeway Ford fucked this guy so royally, we got to help him. And he said, you guys, somebody refused to do it at your place. He said, look, I'm willing to pay, and they won't do it. And I said, well, maybe they don't feel they're confident. Okay, it's an F-350. He had something done. It's never run right. Here's what he says. Barbie could have done it wrong. Barbie won't even look at it. He said to Barbie, if you look at it and you didn't do anything wrong, I'll pay for whatever else is wrong with it. I just want my truck. Barbie's the worst. They're giving him a wall job. You know where they park it next to the wall? Okay, now, he said he called you guys and you guys didn't want to look at it or do the work because it was going to be too involved.
We brought it down.
Is that true? It's too involved?
I think that Scott felt like our guys are not competent to do that.
Because it's a diesel?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's what I told him. I said, you want to shop like that. You don't want somebody who'll just tell you that.
We'll try. Always want to learn about diesel.
Yeah. I think there was major, like, something about taking the engine apart.
Our diesels are going to be...
it was something about, like, I believe, taking the engine apart.
I remember the car.
Are diesels going to be more or less going
taking
forward?
the engine apart.
The cab off
Scott
and stuff.
Scott didn't want to get into it.
For a while, there was a trend toward diesel.
I
There
think
isn't.
less. If you look at the people that were doing it, for example, I have a Jeep diesel in the shop right now that we did an engine on.
A what on?
A Jeep diesel.
I never heard of a Jeep.
Right, exactly. There's about 7 of them out there that you never hear of that just did it, tried it.
They're actually good little rigs.
So
What kind of diesel is it? Their own?
No, it's a Mercedes.
Little four-cylinder
Yeah, it's a
diesel.
little Mercedes diesel that they put in. The problem is Chrysler won't even give you parts anymore. No. You now have to find either aftermarket or try to get Mercedes to agree to sell it to you.
What is the benefit of diesel mainly? What is the main
power,
benefit?
economy?
Well, what do you mean power?
It's got a lot more torque.
Torque, but not
torque.
high end. I mean, no, high end, but it has low end. But I mean, what doesn't it have? I mean, obviously, why can I go beat the shit out of them all the time? Why? Why can most gasoline cars beat them?
It's just got to be that lower end torque that they're set for.
But
I don't see any. Me personally, I don't see any benefits to.
Well, longevity in the engines typically.
Unless you're working.
You know, economy, you get.
That's what I heard. They're good for high mileage.
Yes.
They'll go and go and go and go and go and go and go. Also, less moving parts are about the same, except for the spark.
Just different, not less.
It's compression.
Yeah.
Now,
they're costly to fix though.
But glow plugs are not even required if you have compression, right?
Well, no.
Depends on temperature. If it's real cold, you need glow plugs coming on.
But once they're started.
Once it's started, they're off.
Yeah. But where a spark is always.
It's easy to say, but 10 below, they don't start
at all.
You got to plug them in and warm them up.
Yeah, and this.
I had a Mercedes diesel, you know, in the days. I had a really beautiful one, a 220D.
Yeah.
Mercedes does good with them.
Oh man, I loved it.
But
I had no low end. I was like,
right.
I think we're going to see more electric than we are going to see diesel.
Was it turbocharged?
Oh hell no! I had one of the first ones. A 220 diesel.
When did the Toyota Prius start? Do you know? What was the first year of the Toyota?
Oh, you mean a car?
Yeah,
that's a car.
Mercedes.
So that's the stepping stone.
Yeah. Electric though is you're not going to go on a long.
Oh, then I had a diesel Corvette.
Not yet.
Yeah, that would be a prototype. Here you go.
But even that's
like what size engine is your SUV? I was looking at it. Do you like? You know, the headroom is good.
That's a fast son of a
hard to see in it. As far as before, but good
we're going to see
legroom.
more and more of that, but I'm afraid we're going to see
a lot. You know, in California, G-Wagons were like everybody had G-Wagons, and I'm thinking, why, man? You know, California, when do you need a G-Wagon? They're, I guess they turned out to be, and that's not why I have it. I had them for a long time. Like a status thing, these things. People love them, and they're not that luxurious.
Good power on that one?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Aaron. Aaron, listen, man. Here's the sad news on this deal here. If you have a vehicle, an F-350 that you bought basically without getting it checked, and you're looking at massive repairs, you have to make a hard decision here on whether it's worth it. Now, let me tell you two ways you go when you're buried in a vehicle. Whether you like it or not, you're buried, Aaron, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, you have a 2003 F-350 with 233,000 miles. I want to know, how's the interior and the body?
There's a large dent. The interior is fine, but there's a large dent on the bed of the truck.
Now, there are two ways to go. I mean, let's put it this. I want to ask another question. When you look at it, is it like, wow, that's a nice looking truck? Or can you say, oh, that's a pit, that's an old truck?
You could actually say it's a fairly decent looking truck.
Okay, so when you get this vehicle, you have two choices now that you've been stung. One is to zero time it, and that means literally just get the transmission and engine done and fix whatever's wrong. And really, you're buried. But no matter how much you're buried, if you keep a vehicle long enough, you will get out of the buried situation. When people are buried in a vehicle, the thing that hurts them is not so much that they're buried, but that their desire outpaces their utility. For example, the utility of that vehicle could literally be 10 years, and you would be ahead of the game if you zero-timed it. It could even be 15 years with that engine, but the desire will be to get out of it. So that's where people get in trouble. So now let's talk about the other way to deal with it, and that is sell it, apply whatever you can to what you owe, and call the rest college tuition. I swear to you, Aaron, there's no magic here. There's no magic. Now, one thing that will help is to get an honest assessment. Now, I don't know where you are, if they're bad. I'm not saying they are. But I knew for sure you should take it somewhere. And see, this is the problem. We don't have any shops that really and truly specialize in diesel. Okay? We have good shops that know diesels. Would you guys feel comfortable with this F-350 looking at it and going through it and finding out what's wrong with it?
Is he in Denver, you said?
Where are you, Aaron? Parker?
Aurora.
Aurora, okay. So you could, don't worry about where you have to go to do it if you can do it. But I want to, what's that? A diesel?
I was just going to say a diesel specialty shop.
Yeah, we have to get, Dan, a diesel specialty shop.
Cast iron.
What's that?
Cast iron.
What do you mean?
The towers?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about them?
They get a very good diesel shop.
They have a diesel shop?
Yeah.
No, do they?
Yeah.
They run a diesel shop.
Oh, yeah.
Is it called cast iron?
Yeah.
Why don't we know about this?
I agree. What did you tell us, Kevin?
Where are they located? Where are they located?
Pearl in 46 or something, just north I-70 Washington.
Can we call them? Hold on a sec. Now, Aaron, make sure we have your contact information. What were you going to say, Jesse?
Yeah, I was going to say make sure you get a list of things too. Not let's get it running, but of things that are coming up.
No, well, here's what I think. Not a list so much as a diagnosis of the entire vehicle. Let them do it. I mean, there's nothing worse, in my opinion, when an owner says, check this, this, and this. No. Let them tell you what you should check based on codes and based on noises and based on their hunches. So hang on to make sure Daphne gets his contact information, and then we will move on. Sherry, she wants to talk about, we have a lot of car stuff today. Sherry wants to talk about a Nissan, what is it called, a Rogue? 2016. And it's important that you tell people about this show, people listening, because there are so many people that can use our help or prevent these problems. And not just cars, but anything. So tell them about the show, please. It's just the Troubleshooter show on radio and on internet. So, Sherry, what's going on with your 2016 Rogue?
Well, this was a car to replace the one that I destroyed a couple months ago.
Okay.
And,
do you have insurance money?
Yes.
Okay, and so this 16, is this the one you bought after you wrecked it?
After I wrecked the 2016.
Okay, so this Nissan 2016 Rogue, what's wrong with it?
Well, right now, what I'm finding is that one day last week it hesitated terribly after I started up from a stoplight.
Yeah.
And then it got stuck in low gear. But what I heard prior to that was a rattling, which I still hear now. It's like a rattling or a vibration somewhere in the engine.
Jeez.
When I take it back to Nissan, they say there's no codes. They don't know what's wrong with it, but they do know, and I might have this wrong. Is it a CVT, which
could be,
is the clutch?
Yeah.
He was telling me that there was problem with the CVT, but he knows someone who came in, had it recalibrated or updated or whatever, and he still has the problem. Anyway, it scared the heck out of me, and when I stopped, checked the oil.
So right now, are you just basically asking for someone dependable to go through and tell you what's wrong or if you need something?
Yeah, because now I'm told that if anybody messes with the CVT, then I'm going to need a transmission.
Well, let's talk about that. The CVT is a transmission, right, guys? Hold on a second, Sherry. We'll point you in the right direction if you can just hold, please. Andrew, we'll come back to you as well. And anyone else on the line, I promise I'll get through it.
16 chances a day to win a grand.
And your next chance is at 5
after CVTs over there too, right?
Yeah. You might have seen one or two.
Yeah. Me and Kevin were just talking about that. Where to get parts from, and then the parts are just crazy expensive.
Is the CVT a bad deal or what?
And it comes, they are.
It came out it's too early. They weren't ready.
What's wrong with them?
What's not holding up?
They're just not.
It's almost like,
what is it called? What does that stand for?
Constant velocity transmission. It's almost like the cost
It keeps
of the parts.
the engine in the power band longer, so it doesn't. It's supposed to be for economy and power. It's a great idea.
It's like a variable, almost like a variable RPM converter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it keeps it to 12 to 1800. The thing is, just keeps it right there.
Not everyone else, which means good drivers. It's almost like, Tom, the cost of the parts on these CVTs, they make the cost of the parts so expensive. Whereas it's not even worth.
They discourage you.
Exactly. They don't even want you to fix them.
Buy a rebuilt one, buy a new one.
don't even fix it. Here's a new one, 7,000.
Yeah.
No, we go right to Nissan and get it delivered in a crate. I don't even play with it. 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, whatever.
There's a lot of
Sometimes
companies
it's really
start
cheap.
rebuilding now. But
What are they like? Some of them like $3,500 for a new one.
Yeah.
Some of the prices are really reasonable on some of these.
That's because they know there's an issue.
Yeah. And they also have
You gonna have pizza, guys?
I was just going to say, I think there's pizza up there.
What? How'd you miss that, Mark?
I know, I don't
Dude,
know.
Tom takes off for it, doesn't he? Doesn't even say.
You put Mark in the wrong chair and he's off for the rest of the day, man.
I'll let you have at it first before Mama's gonna have 2 slices.
Thanks for catching the door.
You got it, sir.
Adding that, quote, Mike is increasingly concerned that the current field of candidates is not well positioned to defeat the president. Today, acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney, the latest no-show in the impeachment inquiry.
Hey guys, pizza here.
No surprise, Mick Mulvaney is just the latest in a string of witnesses who are following White House orders not to comply with the impeachment inquiry. Mulvaney was subpoenaed, but President Trump says he doesn't want to give the inquiry credibility by letting White House officials testify. Democrats say no-shows will just add to their case that the president is obstructing Congress. Inessa Lacachera, ABC News on Capitol Hill. This is ABC News. In Massachusetts, one person is dead after what authorities say was a chemical reaction between cleaning agents. The incident happened at a Buffalo Wild Wings when an employee was preparing to clean the floor. As the holiday shopping season ramps up, one retailer is slimming down.
The company that acquired Sears and Kmart stores out of bankruptcy says it will close 51 Sears stores and 45 Kmart locations nationwide by early next year, leaving just 182 stores nationwide. Transformco bought Sears assets for $5 billion earlier this year. The company says the reason for the closings is a difficult retail environment and other challenges, adding it's focusing on competitive strengths and pruning operations that have struggled. Sears has closed more than 3,500 stores over the last 15 years. Brian Burrow, ABC News, Chicago.
The Marines ending a 200-year ban and allowing all service members to carry umbrellas while wearing service or dress uniforms. Until now, only female Marines could do so. Kaylee Hartung, ABC News.
Save big when you make Burlington your code headquarters for great looks the family will love. They're loaded with the latest anorex, parkas, puffers, and tons of cozy lighting.
No pizza?
Oh, I will.
Let everybody else get theirs, huh?
Looking at some
High
stuff.
tops and the newest logo look. Plus, boots, scarves, hats, and gloves too. Hurry in for the best brand name styles at up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Burlington. Style for everyone.
This is happening. Our busy company's buzzing like the hornet's nest in the tree outside. Then Tina walks in.
We've got a projections problem, Brian. Management's given us crazy numbers to hit and not enough crew to handle it.
I spring into action like a human hornet and jump on Upwork. I book a team of remote freelance pros, each ready to start immediately. And those projections, with Upwork, this is happening. Hey, Tina, wanna get lunch?
Nice and greasy.
Yeah. That's why I grabbed a fork, this one here. I don't know.
Cast Iron doesn't even have a website.
He's so busy, he can't keep up. That's why he doesn't have it.
1203.
He's 3 weeks out at any one given time. For diesel repair.
Even with alerts from the transit
Go.
agency, light rail lines are not.
He'd probably get mad at me because I told you now.
I'm tired of it. I
Billy?
So he doesn't want it to get big, I guess, huh?
He is big.
Today's
Oh, the diesel guy?
Yeah.
C, D, E, F, H, and R lines
Yeah, he's got like 20 tow trucks and they do about $4 million a year in repairs.
Oh, God.
But as the day
Yeah.
progresses, if other folks call in sick, then
Yeah,
that
that's
affects
diesel. Well, why does he do us
later
this
in the
with
day
4
route.
total?
RTD is deemed a shortage of operators.
You need to sign them up here, Darren.
I asked him why.
Cast Iron,
I asked him why he even did the towing. I thought he was insane to do it.
Yeah.
But you know the guy.
Billy? Yeah.
Okay.
Billy and I started them together like
Really?
30 years ago.
Okay.
He went one direction, I went another.
So he doesn't do any gas, his is strictly...
It's not that he doesn't, that's what more, he can do anything, but that's what he does.
Big shop?
Not huge.
How many times?
This report is sponsored by Mattress
Four?
Firm.
It's not a smooth.
I mean, no, he's not,
Wow.
it's not like a dealership size, but they do a lot of heavy diesel
Wow, each
repair.
technician produces $1
And
million
he's
worth
like
of
an
repair.
oil field worker, you know.
Oh, really? So it's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
And a fresh
Best welder I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
approaching York. Look out for the
Wow. He laughs. If I weld something, he'd come over and smack it as hard as he could and break it. You know, and then redo it. And if he makes a mistake on something, you just throw it away because you're never going to get it off. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be sunny, nice today with a high near 65.
I've known Billy forever.
A few clouds above and 62 with your
What's his
impact
last name?
traffic and weather. I'm Pete.
I don't even know his last name.
K-How.
At Mattress Firm, you can get early access to the Black Friday sale. Shop now and save up to $600 on a king bed for the price of a queen. Plus,
He got tired of waiting for tow trucks, so he went out and bought his own.
It's the best
And then he got
deal
the
of
city of
season.
Denver police contracts and had to buy 3 more, and then
Darn.
yeah, it's one of those diseases
Got a
when you
great
get into
deal.
trouble.
It's within on Tom Martino, $75. If then you're in Metro Denver. Well, I mean, you can't beat that.
That sounds like a pretty dang good deal.
When you got contracts like that, you have to have trucks, and they got to be out, and they got to be ready.
Yeah.
So if you can keep your trucks moving,
That's it.
in between at $75 a pop, then you're
Compared
not.
to 2 hours of no sales.
And this isn't something that he's going to guarantee you he gets there in an hour.
No.
or anything like that.
No.
How many trucks did you have, Kevin, when you were doing it?
15.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, worst thing I ever did.
Is that
Nope.
I was just
love
going to
this
ask you how
pizza.
that was. But
I just love this
That was the
pizza.
first time
Guys,
my ex-wife felt
remember the only rule: don't eat, don't talk with your mouth full, or even with any food in your mouth. It's the one complaint I get.
When you were doing it, Kevin, did you do like apartment buildings where you just go around looking for them and grabbing them?
No, we didn't. It wasn't that way back then. We had to have a call and meet a guy that's trying to take it.
Rocky Mountain Retro Phone. I already did. I don't know why I haven't.
We did see a Lakewood impound.
What do you think the cost is to do an average size house
We had the impound
with Rocky Mountain?
I have no idea, man. I don't.
That was telling me it's expensive.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. 303-713-TALK. If you're just tuning in, please mark your daily calendar. 10 to 1 Mountain Time. Wherever you are, make the adjustment. We solve problems. We love doing it. Been doing it for nearly 40 years in Denver and longer if you count elsewhere. In fact, it's the longest running show with the same hosts still on the air. And honest to goodness, hundreds of millions of dollars we recover in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services. In fact, it's probably incalculable how much we have saved people by not making mistakes. That's the main thing right now. Don't make the mistakes. And if you did make mistakes, please call. We still try to help, okay? We can in some cases, even when you've made mistakes. This hour brought to you by CBDthatworks.com. That's Panacea Life Sciences in Golden, Pharmaceutical Lab, great products. I take the gels now. I used to take the chewable. They have those too. And they have some things they call cherry bombs, which are gummies. And this is not a fooling around thing. This is a real deal that works for pain or anxiety or sleep, depending on the formulation. If you want to check them out, go to realcbdthatworks.com. Okay, so Andrew has some Jeep issues. We have lines open for the first time this morning. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. It's car day. We're talking about Jeeps, but you can call about anything. So what's going on with this 2011? We started with you, and you were going to tell us what's wrong with this 2011. You said something about a lifetime warranty you have, and I've never heard of such a thing, but you have this lifetime warranty, $100 per visit. And did you have this from new? The vehicle?
Close enough. Yeah, you have to get that warranty before the factory expires.
So tell us about it. What is your complaint?
So it's a complicated issue, but I don't want to waste time. So to try and consolidate that, I've had a myriad of issues with this Jeep in the last year or so, and extended long stints in the shop. I mean, it's been in the shop about 6 weeks now, give or take. It came out for a week and went back in, so 6 out of the last 7 weeks it's been in the shop.
Unfortunately, the lemon law does not extend to...
Right.
Yeah, okay, after the first couple of years. Okay, go ahead, or a year.
Sure. So my issues have been primarily getting the shops, So this is a Chrysler Mopar. It's called Max Care Warranty, and it's something that you purchase within the first 36 months.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. So what's now? Now let's get to the problem.
The reason I'm asking that is I'm having an incredibly hard time finding dealerships that are actually addressing the issues. So my car will be in there for long periods of time with overt issues that just completely get ignored.
Do you have to go to a dealer to have this warranty honored?
That's one of the questions I had. I didn't know if there were some sort of laws that allowed.
Well,
I've
it's not a law. Listen. There are no laws I know of that address this. What we're talking about is contract law. It's whatever the warranty says. Does the warranty say you have to go to a dealer?
I don't know.
Well, you have to look at it, or we have to research it. Deputy Dan, maybe you can research that. Do you guys know this Max Care warranty?
I believe on the lifetime Max Care warranty, it has to go to a Chrysler dealer.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's what I say when it comes to warranties and people feel they're not getting what they deserve. This procedure works every time if you do it. Number one, you go to an independent shop that I know and trust. You get a complete report on what's wrong with the vehicle. Then you go to a dealer and you've done their work, because most of the time, dealers don't know what the hell they're doing when it comes to finding problems. Mainly because they're usually a remove and replace, and if it's not on the computer and obvious, they don't go hunting within the category. So you pay for the diagnostic. They're not going to do it free. And then once you get this diagnostic, you go to a dealer and you say, here are my problems. It's under warranty, and here's what you say right up front. Can you authorize repairs for each and every item right now? And I want it in writing on an invoice. There you go. It holds their feet to the fire. You'll be surprised how many dealers say, you know what, we're not really adept at this or this. So you get whatever they can do done, and then you move on. This is not confrontational, and yes, you do have to foot the bill for a diagnostic, but it's well worth it.
That's great. I have one other piece that I'm curious if there's an issue that's been ongoing that no one's really been able to identify.
What is it?
So this thing, and it's really concerning, it's safety. So when you pull off, it happens periodically. You pull off, it seems to be always on an exit or slowing down, and you start turning right and the car dies. And it happens every now and then.
Hold on. It's only when you're letting up on the gas turning right, not turning left.
Correct.
What if you're accelerating turning right?
No.
What if you're just normally turning right?
No.
Okay,
no,
guys, that's weird.
Decelerating.
What would cause a right turn with a deceleration for the engine to die? Some sensor.
And it's slow, so it's nearly stopped at that point. It's always, you're getting off.
I get you, but not when turning left.
Never happened turning left.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it could be
not
anything.
Weirdest.
Yeah, well, the engine moves differently when you turn right and left, and when you're slow, it could be a vacuum leak caused when it's turned. I mean, a lot of things it could be.
How do you guys check those things? How do you do them? Would the computer tell them?
No. Well, not necessarily, no.
See, that's where you have to have good old-fashioned...
for a vacuum leak, we do the smoke test.
Gut.
Sure.
That works really, really good.
A what?
It's called a smoke test. You put baby oil in this device, and it pressurizes the vacuum system of the vehicle. And if there's any leak, you can see this mist coming out.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
There's other things with maintenance, though, too. He may have throttle body issues with carbon caking and different things.
Yeah, but right-hand turn only.
Well, it's just exacerbated when it turns right, but it's still a problem with preventative maintenance.
It sounds to me like a vacuum leak. It sounds like the engine shifts in such a way that exposes your vacuum leak more in a hose. That's my gut. But listen, that's what this diagnostic will do. Once you get this diagnostic done, you will know all of these little issues to have your warranty kick in. And here's the good part. If you have a list, they can't tell you they fixed it unless it's checked off on your list.
So we did ask them, and they said that you have to go to a dealer.
Okay, you have to go to a dealer, Andrew. 303-713-TALK. Sherry, tell me about your Rogue, your 2016, I don't believe, We just started with you, but we didn't finish. Go ahead, Sherry. What's going on with your clutch or your problem? Do you think you have a clutch, or do you know you have a clutch problem?
This is what they're telling me at Nissan, and they just want to go ahead and update the CVT.
Is it under warranty?
Yes.
Now, somebody said if you do the CVT, you update the CVT, it could cause problems. Is that right?
Yes, and that I'll eventually need a new transmission.
Yeah, the CVT is your transmission. What I need to ask now is, what is the issue now? Before the update, before anything, why'd you take it in? What was the problem?
It's making a rattling, clanging noise underneath the engine.
And you don't know what it is?
I have not a clue.
Did the dealer come up? Did the dealer say what it was?
No, they don't know.
So then why the update? Because.
No, because they told me they think they have had similar problems with other.
I don't know of. Here's what I don't know how a lack of an update can cause a clanging, guys. It doesn't make
two separate things.
No sense.
Absolutely two separate things.
Yeah.
But they just figure, while you're there, they're going to grab some money from the manufacturer.
Oh, yeah.
Those CVTs have had problems.
Yeah, and that clanging noise could be coming from the CVT itself.
But not the update.
Absolutely.
It's not an update
Not
won't
the
help
update.
it.
But I would definitely do the update.
Is this under warranty?
It's done for free.
Is this under warranty or not?
It is. It's under the 60,000, so I could do it. So I just heard in the background somebody say, "Go ahead and do it."
Yes,
absolutely do the update.
If you're going to need a CVT, you're going to need a CVT. Whether the update's there or not is not going to be the factor.
Yeah, but Sherry, you really do need to know where that noise is coming from. That's going to be really important.
So if they
Can
don't
I ask
know,
one question?
Yeah,
Could this be a catalytic converter?
Could be, sure.
It's possible.
Could be.
Wherever she is, we take a listen to it. That's not a big deal.
Some of these guys will do this free if they don't have to dig into it. And then you go back to the dealer.
Where do I take the car?
Where are you?
Where do I take the car?
Where are you?
I'm in Thornton, but I drive all over.
Well, pick a place. We got Kevin, Sheridan Auto Tech.
Colfax and Wadsworth, basically.
Colfax and Wadsworth would be closest to you.
And what's the name of this?
It's Sheridan Auto Tech.
Oh, Sheridan Auto Tech. Okay.
But call and see when Kevin will be around. Oh, you don't need him there, but you need him to know so they can take a courtesy look at it.
They know. They'll look.
Okay?
Kevin?
Yeah, and make sure they know you're coming because you called the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
Let us know the outcome, please, Sherry. Let us know. 303-713-8255.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
It's Michael Brown.
Plumb line short.
Heck yeah.
Where do they get that from?
Because they don't want to do an update?
Because her name is Sherry, so it's Sherry.
With Michael Brown.
You gotta come there.
Plumbline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. These are the good guys. These are the people you can trust. I've known them more than 17 years. That's like from the beginning. And here's what they bring to the table. Seriously now. And they want you to know. Their ethics and faith and character and excellence, their leadership at the company and their stewardship for everything they do. They want you to feel like you're in good hands and you will take care of those problems and never have to worry about them. They have 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Plumbline Services.
If you're running out of room in your home, like maybe you're a
Guy's got to come in the car, and when it turns left, it turns right. That is weird, though. That is weird. It's not left, though, right?
Hey guys, it's Ross.
Have you dealt with any of those TV extended warranties? What are they called? They advertise the hell out of them on TV.
I have.
We stopped even trying. I can't get through to anybody there.
Some of them are really bad.
Well, I mean, 45 minutes on hold.
Oh my God.
We just leave it on speaker on the other phone, and the desk can just go about.
There's a big star that's really promoting it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one I dealt with, she rang us through the ringer and said at the end of the call, the customer's got to pay for you to remove the turbo have it torn apart. You can show my guys what's wrong before we'll agree to fix anything. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Like, I'll show you what's wrong before I even tear it apart. Nope. I need it torn apart, and he's got to pay for all that before we'll fix it. I'm like, then I might as well just replace it and have him pay that. It's the same damn difference.
Yep.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, those warranties are brutal. So I was reading this. Should I get an extended warranty?
90% of those are just that brutal. They're just. There's a couple. You know, I dealt with a Route 66 company that paid for. Now they have.
That's what we should know in our thing.
But there's another one, ASC.
Yep.
Is awesome.
They're good.
You know,
there's not a lot of them.
No.
There's not.
Well, they're more expensive from the dealer, and the dealer doesn't make the money that these other ones do.
Right. Can we get that right down?
ASC.
Okay, just you're saying ASC.
That's what
Scott
Charlie's
deals with
saying.
them, so I'm not sure the names now.
And Route 66 is another one that they have caps, but they pay. But man, this guy had a turbo and an engine go out. They paid the turbo before the 90 days, and then told me to hold off till after the 90 days. And that way they put it towards the engine. It's like, okay, good.
Wow.
So yeah, they paid. Now their cap was 35 on a turbo, so he had to pay some, and 6,000 on the
Smart
engine.
understands that sometimes your pet sounds like this.
What do you do? It's better than nothing.
You want them to sound like this. We recommend.
You guys definitely know, and man, one might
What's
go
the name
back.
of this one? They sell on TV like every 15 minutes there's a commercial.
Selection of natural pet
And who's the guy that advertised? There's a famous guy that's
from American Canada. You want it? We got it. We're PetSmart. Save up to $2 on American Canada dry food. In-store only while supplies last. See store for details.
So Consumer Affairs says about.
I'm talking about premium injection foam designed to fill homes, wall cabinets in old or new homes.
Car Shield. Car Shield.
That's it.
They're brutal.
They're not no good, huh?
You can't get them on the phone. I had the customer say, I'll come down and I'll sit on the phone until they answer. Hey, come on down, because I'm not doing it. I don't have that kind of time for.
Oh, yeah. You should tell them, I guess up front, we're going to do this, you know.
But everybody that buys it, they don't actually get like a contract of what's covered, what's not covered, because every plan's different and this and that.
As soon as the seal fails, oh, nope, that was the seal. It wasn't the component. We don't cover seals. Oh, your water pump? Oh, yeah, but the seal failed. That's why the water pump failed. We can't cover that. It's like, really? So you have to word it that the water pump...
And we've heard that before, too, is that you really...
failed internally.
You have to fix that.
Therefore, we need to do the water pump and the seal, or they won't cover it.
Or you just mark it up enough to throw the seal in, and you don't even mention it. You just take care of it.
So those are the only two that you guys would think. So we'll get that. We'll have to get that. And I'll get that next Friday and stuff and ask those two to see if there's any.
And they have, a lot of these companies have dollar amounts of, oh no, MSRP on that part is $6.50 and you're trying to charge $9. You can't do that. It's like, I can't even buy it for $6. Where are you getting this MSRP from?
Send it to us. We'll pay you the $6.50.
303-429-6200. That's 429.
We have that with Silver Rock.
This report is sponsored by the Denver Museum of Nature and Science.
But they'll do everything that's contracted, our markup, the labor rate, diet, everything. So, but if we can't
The Denver
source
Museum
the
of
part
Nature and
for the
Science
agreed
proudly
upon,
presents the Science Behind Pixar
they go
exhibition,
on
an immersive
recordings,
experience
so you
that
are
explores
refusing
how
to honor
Pixar
your
Animation
contract.
Studios brings their beloved films and characters to life.
No, I can't.
Then I can't get the part with that price.
For more info.
So Andrew, and that, with Max Care, what was it? How that ended up with? I mean, what was his big issue in that?
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Bathrooms. That's it. You get beautiful bathrooms. I love telling you about it because it's just extraordinary. The Shower by Kohler choreographed by Renew Home Innovations. If you're looking for bathrooms that make you go, wow, Renew Home Innovations. Get it done before the holidays. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Let's talk. Now, Scott's got a comment on a guy whose car dies when turning left. Thank you for this.
Yes, okay, so I was listening to that, and what it sounds to me like what's going on is one of his motor mounts is broken, and when he's turning, it's pinching a wiring harness and causing the car to die.
It's doing what?
Motor mount.
Yeah, it's got a loose or broken motor mount.
But how does that make the die?
Well, the engine will move.
Okay, so how it's dying is it's pinching the wiring harness. There's a wiring harness somewhere that's moving when the motor's moving and causing the car to die and breaking the electrical connection.
Oh, I see. Okay, that could be. Thank you. Appreciate it. 303-713-8255. Dave, what's happening? We got lines open after Dave. Dave, what's happening?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes.
I talked with Deputy Dan about this over email on Monday and sent him some photos. I live in Old Colorado City where there are alleys that run behind my house.
Right. A lot of them do that, yeah.
I think a tall truck came by and snapped off, I know it snapped off one of the lines that goes from the telephone pole to my house. And the line itself, I looked at it, and it looks like it has two copper prongs, then it has a ground. All the electricity and my cable and internet's working at my house. My question is, can I just take this dead line down and all the hardware down myself, or do I need to hire somebody?
Call a public service.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be telephone though as well. The
yeah,
lower ones usually
you know that they're not being used at all, right?
Well, that's what I think because everything at my house is still working.
But what are they hanging? Are both ends loose?
No, just the end that connects to the line on the telephone pole.
And what is it, hanging?
Yeah, it's hanging from,
where do you propose getting rid of it? Like just cutting it somewhere?
Just cutting the end that is attached to my garage right now.
And letting it what, dangle?
No, I'm gonna cut the. It's because it's attached to the garage right now, but
yes.
It's not attached to the pole.
I get it.
I'm gonna cut the part to the garage.
It's not attached to a pole.
No, it got ripped down by a truck. It just happened.
Right. But if you go, and it's been there for it just happened, so it hasn't been there long. For all you know, it's for something you're not using. It could be for cable or something, and then the next owner or you may have to have it restrung. Do you know what kind of a cable it is?
That's why I sent the photos. I don't.
Okay, you do have photos. What is it, guys?
Photo.
Is it a telephone? Well, you know if it's voltage or not, high or low.
3 wires.
It's... I'll know by looking at it. Okay, you send it.
Yeah, it is.
So it's low voltage, communication, data probably. And even though everything's working, here's what happened. Either somebody before you or somewhere, they wired houses or that house was wired. It attached to your garage is not being used. Do you have cable?
I do. It comes in a separate line.
Yeah, who do you have?
Xfinity.
Okay. It could have been from some old service. You're asking, can you take it off your garage? And then basically, if you take it off your garage, you can just wind it up and throw it away. How many feet is it from your garage? Where is it dead? How long? 5, 10 feet?
Oh, it crosses the alley, so it's about I'd say a 20-foot long wire.
What I would do is if you want to disconnect it, you can disconnect it. I don't know. I don't know anything that says you can't. And
it's
then
like old telephone wires.
I would coil it up and just throw it off my property. But listen, man, I don't want to tell you to do that and then you get electrocuted. Although you say it's not connected, you don't know who to call because you don't know whose wire it is. And I get you. And you don't want it just hanging there, right?
Exactly.
Dano, where'd you send it? I mean, did you? Phone line. Okay, I got it. The image. Let me just see this real quick. The only image I see is this guy smiling. The image didn't come across. So it's really up to, I would say.
It's a phone. It's a telephone. Yeah. Just pull it
It's
down.
just an old That's what it is. Do you have landline anymore?
No.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
That's
just
what it was.
Tug on it, get rid of it.
You can get rid of it so long as you don't blame me. If something else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
it is a telephone line.
This is Mark telling you.
Not only a telephone line, it's an old telephone line. Just the old twisted pair.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure.
It's good for nothing. I did it. I took out all the wiring for that in my house. I mean, I had it removed. Michael? What's happening? Michael?
How's it going, guys?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Hey, of course you are. You're always fantastic, Tom. Hey, the reason for the call this morning, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio, when you do the commercials,
yeah.
Why is it sometimes you sound like a squirrel? Is that compression? What's going on?
Do you know what
there?
it is?
What's going on there?
I'll tell you what it is. our commercials, our audio throughout a day is compressed a bit to get more time in. Believe it or not, over a week's time, they might be able to squeeze some minutes out of there that they can put another spot in. But it's the full. But here's the problem, is that most of the time the algorithms do it in a way you don't notice it. But if I already did it to my spot to get it to fit, and then they do it again, it sometimes doesn't come out right. So what I have tried to do, I've tried to make my spots a little shorter, tiny bit shorter, by a half a second, and because they'll almost never take that much. And if I do a spot, if it's a 30-second spot at 29.5 or 5.500, then usually I don't get that sound. Anyway, that's it. That's some inside info, bro.
I love it. Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everybody.
All right, Michael. Thank you. 303-713-TALK. Did that come into TMI? I don't think so. It's pretty interesting, right? Compression algorithms are used all over in broadcasting nowadays just to try to get more out of, squeeze more juice out of that lemon, right? I'm Tom Martino.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW.
I got the photo now.
No, I get it.
Wait, that doesn't look like
Impact traffic. This report is
that looks like
sponsored by
satellite.
Bell.
Yeah,
But there would be satellite. It would be satellite.
You wouldn't think we're running across the alleyway.
No, it wouldn't be. But it looked, doesn't look, okay, maybe that's how the phone system,
Yeah, it definitely looks like phone wire.
Yeah, it's communication.
Yeah.
At
first, when I first saw it, it almost looked like 120. Yeah.
Crash off highway northbound.
Is that copper on there for the ground, or is that for
It's gonna be
strength?
sunny today with a high of 65.
There's two copper
Tonight,
beams
the
in
low
there.
35. Right now it's 65.
Had him take it off and take it down to the copper store.
Wagner on 630 K.
Definitely phone wire. Really small wires.
I sent you the order. I have to cancel it. I know. I sent it to you by email.
So I told Mark to use your voltage meter.
Store number's on there.
Nothing.
American Restoration 24/7. I want you to take the number now, and I hope you never use them. This is what's truly important, okay? I do what I call preparation commercials, meaning that if this happens to you, I want you to have it so you're armed. It may not be happening now. Flood, fire, storm, mold, chemical contamination, something where your property has been subjected to damaging elements. American Restoration 24/7 is an honest company that can take care of you. Look them up online. amrest247.com. amrest247.com.
Is your business still settling for slow internet? Well, time is money. Go to Comcast Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet.
Nick, you're going to keep it down over there.
Installation when it works for you.
You know me, I'm just always so loud.
It's time to take your business beyond. Right now, add TV and voice for only $34.90 more per month when you purchase any internet speed.
I was going to pop in there and tell the guy, hey, I can fix that problem, just don't go right turn.
Yeah.
Did you say every time he did it?
No, just occasionally. I think pulling into a
just when
parking
he's letting off
space
the
or
gas.
something.
Only
Yeah.
if he's letting off the gas and turning.
Yeah, that's
Which one is slowing the motor off because he's letting off the gas, there's no torque.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get it to happen.
That's a spare time job, though.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a prime time.
Except for he's expecting extended warranty to fix it.
Yeah.
And they ain't gonna.
Did you know indoor air can be 5 times dirtier than outdoor air? Hard to believe, right? And if you
No,
suffer
they
from
think I could have
allergies
put
or
3-4
asthma,
hours into
breathing
the
clean
diet
air
for
is not just
$100.
important, it's essential.
Nope.
I
Because the dealers are locked in too when they have their warranty. They get a 1 hour diet.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. They don't get to start a clock on a diet for a warranty.
What's the best way to, if you have a motor mount, you should be able to just do it, step on the
What
brake.
you need to do is start with data. You always start with data. You look at codes. Is there any codes to start with? And then you start seeing conditions when it died. Was it dead lean, dead rich? Was the idle command going up? And it didn't respond. I mean, you got to look at it. You do a deep dive on data. You got to know what the car was trying to tell the computer to do when the car died.
Or if it just dies like that, because say it is a piece of wire like that, you can't get it.
There's no pitch wire. Because then you'd have other issues. No, but again, you gotta get a guy who's good at a dive. Because it does. Well, you have to understand what's going on. Anytime a car goes below a certain idle, the computer energizes the throttle to bump the idle. Why didn't it? So did it send the command to bump and it didn't bump?
Tax-free.
They didn't use it
through your life instead of credit.
There's a lot there. You can't just
the banker, and then you can use it to
spray a little card. Stand there and spray a little card cleaner around till the item goes up or something. You can't do that anymore.
Comethebanker.info and let me know what you think.
Back in the carburetor days, that's what we used to do.
Listen, so the guy just said that. I had a leak in the PVC hose and the computer did not see it. Carb cleaner spray found it.
Sure. But the computer found it if you know how to read the data that the computer is seeing. Because you'll see that the computer is going dead rich trying to compensate for a lean condition. Yeah. That's what you gotta learn how to read the data. Not wait for the code to pop and then go to Identifix and punch in the code and get your diagnosis. That's how, you know.
Right. One guy asked, do you guys know anywhere you can take an LED TV to get it? I know a regular tube you can't just throw in your trash.
Yeah.
But an LED, will they recycle for free or not?
I don't know. Best Buy, that's how I would try. They recycle a lot at Best Buy. Especially if you buy a new one from them.
There you go.
Seriously. They'll take the old one and recycle it.
But no tubes.
Tubes.
Tube TVs, old tube TVs.
You take them up where you live and use them for target practice.
Yeah, there you go. To the National Forest. National Forest recycles.
Are you saying nobody uses those no more?
Are you talking about like a glass screen?
These are tubes, the big tubes. They charge by the inch.
There's a lot of garbage in those. Those are really nasty.
Tear out and haul away free. He'll also do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen, so it's easy to give you a price. And if you want cabinets, you get
Didn't realize we were doing that to ourselves, right?
Yep.
Thought we were enjoying TV.
in 1 to 4 weeks.
Don't worry. In Gilpin, they're supposed to be getting a shooting range. And then
would they run out of insulators on the phone lines?
No. Then when they
remember those glass ones?
Oh yeah.
People collect those now.
Yeah. But then you can't use the National Forest to shoot.
If they have a range, then you have to go there. Yeah.
I'm gonna have somebody up there talking to me about putting a shooting range in my building up there out front, and they're gonna armor all.
Do you want to go practice there for a while in your building?
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. For the first time right now this morning, no calls. One being racked up there, Daphne. I don't care if we have them or not because we got a lot to talk about. 303-713-TALK. Tom, I'll take your call. And anyone else who wants to call, then I want to talk about Uncle Kevin's problem. Go ahead there, Tom. What's happening?
Hey, I want to pick your brain. I have a rental that 2 years ago I had the circuit board on the furnace replaced because the air would just blow, wouldn't turn off. So 2 years later now it's doing the exact same thing. So I called the same company up that had fixed it before. I called them up and I told them, I'm having the same exact problem. I think the circuit board's going to need to be replaced. So he told me he'd send the tech out, which he did. Tech showed up. I told him this exact same thing, that the furnace would just blow air and wouldn't turn off, and that I needed a circuit board. So evidently when they replaced the board the first time, they put one of those stickers on the furnace,
Yeah.
And it said, the company name, and it said free estimate. So that's why I called them again.
So what's the problem, man?
So they come out, they looked at it and they said, yeah, you need a new furnace. And I was like, a new furnace? I says, I need a new circuit board. He's like, well, yeah, the circuit board's burnt out, but the furnace is 20 years old. You'd be better off buying a new furnace. I said, okay, fine, whatever. So I got a price from him on replacing the furnace, and I said, okay, I'll let you know on that.
Okay, I don't need the
my truck.
Okay, one thing though, Tom, I don't need this procedure. What I need to know is this. I got the furnace done, it doesn't work, or I got the furnace done, or I didn't get the furnace. What's today, right now?
So right now he charged me $75 to come out here and tell me that the circuit board's burnt out. I told him the circuit board's burnt out.
The one that you had replaced how long ago? 2 years ago. And he charged you $75. Okay, listen, man, that's because they have a right to do that. I mean, they can't. It's impossible, Tom, to think that because you tell someone what's wrong on the phone, that they're going to come out and not charge you for it. Because what if they did come out and just replace that circuit board and it did not fix the problem? You would be right, and you'd say, wait a minute. I thought it was a circuit board, but hell, he's the expert. He came out here, and why did he replace that circuit board and nothing else? I can't go there. If the guy charged you $75, unless he said there will be no charge for this service call. There are some companies that say never charge a service call. Other companies say we charge a certain amount and apply it to the purchase, and others say we just charge it. Was there a false expectation here, Tom?
Well, my issue is that they put a sticker on the furnace that said free estimates.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I get it. Okay. Now, I forgot that part. You're right. They created that expectation.
Absolutely.
Okay. What do they say about that? I mean, you have their own sticker that says, now, but they could say what? What did they say?
Tough. You got to pay it.
That's weird.
Tough.
You know what?
Yeah,
did you pay it? Did you pay it by credit card?
I did. And I plan on contesting it.
Yes, you will. And you will use a picture of that sticker as proof. That's the only thing I can tell you. You know what? I don't blame you. If I had disregarded that. Why do you think it's free? Blah, blah, blah. No, it's not because you said it's the circuit board. It's because they say free estimates. So what the hell does that mean? Don't tell me they're going to say the estimate was free, but the service call $75. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. That could be what they say. East Side Heating. Daphne, we ought to call them, really, and just ask, hey, you said free estimates on your sticker. Why'd you charge? Misha has a comment on those phone wires that were just hanging down off the garage, and the guy said, can I take them away? Old phone wires are being abandoned all over the place. What about you, Misha?
Well, I had a similar problem out here in Albert.
Yeah.
But I went and called the phone company to do a locate, and they said people are pulling these out when there is only analog access. There still are wires going up to the connect in the house.
Well, yeah, but this was clearly not connected on the other end.
I don't use gas where I am, but there's a gas line coming in.
No, but you didn't. You didn't hear what I said, Misha. You didn't hear what I said. This was clearly not a line coming in. It was a broken line, let's say 25 feet off of his garage, just hanging there.
Yeah, because somebody hit it with the truck.
Right. That's right. That's right.
But it may be a perfectly functional line.
That's right. When they reconnect it, it might, your phone's crapping out, it might be a perfectly functioning line, and it just happened to get broken. Okay? But no one can make you keep that line at all. They can't make you. You can say disconnect it, and he's disconnecting it. So what he's in essence saying is don't repair it. But you said gas line. You're absolutely right. You can have that gas line abandoned if you choose to on your property. You absolutely, positively can. Now, what about electrical lines? Absolutely. You can have anything you want disconnected from your home except two things: water and sewer. because that is part of a district, and you are part of that whether you want to be or not. That's a municipal district. Just like cutting those lines or refusing that service is akin to saying, I'm not going to be in Denver. Even though I'm in Denver, I'm going to split from Denver, secede from Denver. So, what were you going to say, Dan?
If it's a natural gas line, there's no doubt they have an easement. So
they have an easement, but you have
but he can't disconnect it.
You can have a licensed contractor disconnect your gas anytime you want on your service line. They can't go out to the main, but they can disconnect your gas anytime you want.
I thought he said he had a gas line across his property, but he doesn't.
No,
use gas.
You can't disconnect that in the easement. You're right. In other words, if you have sewer, gas, phone, cable, all of that crap out in your easement, no, you can't touch that stuff. But when it tees off of the easement to your home and you have a service connection, you absolutely can disconnect your service connection. You have to use whatever is required, like licensed contractors for gas. You can't just get anyone. And obviously, except when you're part of a municipal district. So Misha's right in a way. Like, you can't just go out and chop out wires and gas if that's what he meant. Brendan, what's going on with your VW?
Hey, Tom.
Hey,
love you guys.
thank you.
Been listening since 2016 when I got out here. Enjoy it much. The referral
Thank
list,
you.
Mark the Enforcer, he really makes my day when he gets worked up. So
yeah, he does get worked up a lot. He's in Hawaii now getting chilled. So what's going on?
So I got a 2012 Rutan. It's basically paid off. I'm not going to trade it. I'm going to keep it. It's only got 60,000 miles. My issue concern is now I'm starting to see problems, quote unquote, coming about. One of them is the electrical door that's remotes open and close on passenger side. You know, it's basically a Dodge Caravan, which is a Volkswagen tag on it. The door is locked now. I had it looked at. They can't get it figured out. The whole thing needs to come apart. The question is, do I wait, get an extended warranty, or do I take it to the dealer, pay out of pocket? You know, these extended warranties.
Well, the extended warranty is not going to go retroactive.
Right. So I'm a deer in headlights when it comes to even buying one.
Yeah, I would not buy an extended warranty. No, the answer is no, I would not, because on extended warranties, they exclude previous wear and tear, they exclude previous abuse, they exclude previous conditions, they exclude repairs that add up cumulatively to the value of the vehicle. You no longer have coverage. There are hundreds of reasons why you should not buy one at all. Now, if it's if it was under a factory warranty completely, and at the end of that factory warranty, you want to extend that warranty, that's a different story. But I'm not saying doing that when you buy it. When you buy it, it's horse crap, because if you buy a 5-year extended warranty and you have 3 years from the factory, you get 2 years. It's not a 5-year warranty. And every dealer in the world that tries to tell you it's not, they're lying to you. You have concurrent coverage. It's all, and then they say, well, you got to buy it now. No, you don't. What you do is if you wait till the end of that, you will be offered warranties. Anybody else?
Right.
Go ahead. So
so that makes sense. And I'm expired now. It just expired. Literally at 60,000 miles. I'm just right there at 60,000 miles now, I believe. So I think it makes sense. But coming into problems with those things, the calipers that go into one of a Brakes Plus or somebody else, they can't get the calipers. They tell you they can fix the brakes. They can't fix the brakes.
Guys, what do you think, guys?
I would say take it to an independent
you have a guy
repair
that's
shop.
a good brake guy can go see then?
Tom, did you just hear? Excuse me, not Tom. I mean, Brendan. He just said he would take it to an independent shop.
That sounds like a plan to me. Hopefully they can get the door done, but I know somebody else already tried.
Well, Lakewood Auto Electrics will do that. Don't mess with regular mechanics. They're good people, but that's not their wheelhouse. I would go to Lakewood. I would go to Lakewood Auto Electrics. Talk to Bryant, Grossi owner. Tell him I told you. I don't get anything for it. I just want you to know he's a good guy. Betty, we did not forget about you. I don't know that we have a follow-up yet. We do have the case number and had our defense attorney look at it. So if you can hang on, I'll come back and give you some updates.
Now, impact traffic.
Did you get my order from Lowe's?
What are you doing with Brakes Plus?
I get a kick out of those. Who's that other one? Lee Miles? Les Miles?
Oh, yeah, the tire
Les
Schwab.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, okay, so I go in there and I got Ford factory calipers on there, and they're telling me that if they do brakes, they're going to put their checker rotors or calipers on there are going to be better than my factory calipers are. Right. Just because they're remanufactured.
Les Schwab told you this?
That's the only way they do brakes when they do brakes.
Oh, they just do calipers regardless?
Calipers, rotors, everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just Brakes is the same way. Yeah, lifetime pads. Because you always come back to us when they wear out, and we always tell you something else. Calipers, rotors, lines. We don't have to sell you brakes.
Fix it long.
You can always count on them to be there when you need them most. Plus, when you
Yeah, but
bundle
you don't
home and
have to
auto,
take
you
it,
can
though,
save.
either.
So call your local
So the Les Schwab does a great job. They replace calipers, rotors.
Fix it 24/7. FixMyHome.com. We were just talking about this, right? Like, what do you do when you have that circuit board and you need someone to come and look at it? Well, Fix It is right up front about it. $39 to find any problem. You'll never pay more than that, and you will know what is wrong with whatever you're calling about. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric drains. Now, if you decide to have the work done and they guarantee a 100% satisfaction guarantee with the best value for the same parts and labor, if you have the work done, they will credit you the $39, so it does turn out to be a free service call. FixMyHome.com. Fix It 24/7 is available right now. 24/7, 720-526-3939. Now that $39 is not going to be applied for after hours, obviously, that $39 find any problem. But you can call them elsewhere. Now for emergencies, of course, they're available. 720-526-3939.
How's Tom doing? The gentleman that got in an accident and lost his leg. What's his last name, Tom?
You know what? He was doing great. In fact, he was doing so great, it baffled all of us because of how great he was doing.
It has been rolled back.
Hold on. But then, it caught up with him, I think.
You think?
Emotionally?
Last time.
Are you emotionally?
Such a hassle to meet with someone.
We're online.
Not with
You want to take off?
Well,
it's a modern kind of life insurance. You just answer 4 quick questions at getethos.com and get a free instant quote. No pushy salespeople. You can apply online in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Let's do it.
Why?
What do we do for the rest of the night?
I'm sure we can think of something.
Oh my God.
And submit your complete application in minutes. In many cases, there are no medical exams required. Just go to ethoslife.com. That's ETHOS, ethoslife.com. Ethoslife.com. If you are accused of a crime, any crime, it's going to be a trying time. You can rest assured Joe Lazara will passionately defend you. For DUI, shoplifting, assault, when things don't go perfectly in your life, and he has flat rate pricing. You're not nickeled and dimed. You'll know exactly what your defense will cost.
He's a sharp guy, too.
If you need help, 303-429-6200. Now, I hope you don't put his name in your wallet or remember the name for any stupid friends or neighbors, or if you just made a dumb mistake, because there are ways to prevent DUIs. There are ways to prevent all of these crimes. Look, no one condones that activity, but not everyone accused is guilty, and that's what LazaraLegal.com.
That CBD oil company must be up here in Denver that you promote, huh?
LazaraLegal.com.
Online?
Golden? Okay.
Or 303-429-6200. 303.
Do you need something? Because it's great.
303-429-6200.
It's damn near like legal, Vicodin and accept. It doesn't, there are no tolerances built, no habit forming, and it doesn't get you buzzed like that. Not like that, but almost feeling like good. You know, I don't know how to put it. It's not
euphoric.
A little euphoric, yes. A little euphoric. A little.
My girlfriend's got a daughter who's very ADHD, and they've recommended trying. So I just want to make sure that we.
And I would try. I would do this for her. I would try the 75 milligram soft gel full spectrum. Okay. Full spectrum. Now I'm not diagnosing people listening. I'm not cheering.
Air-cooled memory foam.
No, we've talked to the doctor about it. That's one of the things they say. So
Skechers slip-ons are the
just like I'm trying to find a good,
I've ever worn.
because a lot of the companies that are out there are just hard.
Wow, you're hitting it out of the park with
responses.
responses.
It's not that I want. I want somebody that knows CBD and what it is.
Pharmacy companies are going against the doctors or whatever for the fact that some people say it's a cure-all for everything, which it is not.
What is it?
Some of the pharmacists and doctors are coming out saying it's not this cure-all for everything.
It isn't. It's not a cure-all for nothing, not even for pain. It is a cover masking tool. If they don't even pretend. However, for anxiety, it works.
And for ADHD, like I said, she doesn't sleep. So we have such a hard time getting her to sleep.
I don't know about that.
Medicine wears off that she takes at school, like she is hanging off the walls. So they say a little CBD oil.
But I don't think anyone says
that. Now she'll anxious and maybe she'll sleep. So I just heard
are we off, by the way, or are we on lender fees? 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA. NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW. Then you can hear Michael Brown impact your life this afternoon at 2.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station.
On your smart speaker.
Available on over 2,000 devices.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay. Bo from Eastside Heating wants to talk. Whenever a business, this is my rule, whenever a business comes on to address a problem, we give them top priority because it's fair. Bo was mentioned. We called. He said, I'll speak. And here's the very simple. It's very simple, Bo. It is so simple. And that is the sticker from Eastside on the furnace says free estimates. He called, and they charged $75 for the estimate. He said, what's going on, Bo?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, man. Did you hear what I said about the sticker?
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. That estimate sticker is intended for, add-ons after the homeowner moves into the house. Air conditioners, humidifiers, things like that.
You guys ought to specify. I mean, don't you think you should clarify it a little? I mean, I'm not saying you're trying to rip somebody off for $75. And I believe what you say about your intent. But does it say that, or what does it actually say on the sticker?
Well, I guess what we actually went out there for was to look at a furnace. Having a heating
it wasn't
problem.
working, right.
And what he was charged for was a diagnostic fee.
He was charged for a diagnostic fee. Oh, I get it. Not an estimate. Okay, I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
I see what that is a totally different thing. When you spend time to diagnose a problem, that is not an estimate. The estimate is how much is it going to cost to fix and all of that. I can see what you're saying.
But he bought a furnace, though, didn't he?
He bought a furnace last time. No, he didn't. He never bought a furnace. He bought a circuit board years ago. I mean, it has nothing to do with that. Here's what I want to know. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I don't think this is a big deal. I don't. But I want to know how you guys feel. If he says they took time to diagnose the problem, why shouldn't they charge for diagnostics? I know what he's going to say. I know exactly what he's going to say. He's going to say, I already told him what was wrong. Well, that's down back to my original premise. You can't expect a company to go by what you tell them ever.
But I wouldn't drive to a guy's house without verifying he's going to pay $75 to diagnose.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too.
We take cars and we tell people, we'll be more than happy to check it. You're looking at X number of dollars to get you an answer.
What do you think, Bo?
Straight up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the normal, run through when a customer calls.
Okay. But then, wait. Hey, Brian, when you called Eastside Heating, and listen, I'm not sticking up for Bo here, but I have to tell you, I never hear about these guys. I've never gotten complaints. I got to believe this is a misunderstanding, that they're not trying to lure you out there for $75, they're not trying to lure you in as a customer for $75. So what I want to know, Brian, did they say, by the way, there's a diagnostic fee or anything like that? Brian?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have the wrong guy. I'm sorry, Brian. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's Tom. Tom, when you called Tom, I'm sorry, were you told there was a diagnostic fee?
Never, ever.
Okay.
The only reason that I called them was because they fixed the furnace before, and the exact same issue was happening again. That's why I knew it was the circuit board, and it was very simple. I just want them to come.
I see what you're saying.
Give me a price on replacing the circuit board. And if that didn't fix it, I certainly wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, I know, but
Five after the hour for your next shot to win $1,000 on Denver's.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah.
Bose, no.
Never.
They
No.
wanted to sell him a furnace, and he didn't go for it.
Right.
He wanted the circuit board because he knew that's what the problem was.
Right.
Because 2 years ago, these guys came out and put it in.
Don't you love that with customers? You know, we get them, oh, I need this,
Doing
I
the
need that.
exact same thing I was doing before.
Yeah, well,
And I was like,
they
well, what
say,
was that?
hey, what would you charge me to replace these parts? And these are parts that would require some diagnosis to know that you need them, right? So I tell the customer, how do you know that it needs these parts? Well, I did some Googling, and you know, with the information they came up with, these are the parts. I said, okay, so if I replace these parts and it didn't fix the problem, you're going to be happy with it? Well, no.
No, but I don't even do phone quotes anymore because it's just too dangerous, you know.
I don't either. And we get bad comments on it.
Yep, you want a ballpark figure? And it's under $5
My
grand.
last 3 negative reviews were not helpful. Wouldn't give me an estimate over the phone. Can't believe I called these guys with all the information and they still wouldn't give me pricing.
We're the same way. You got to bring it in. We got to check it.
That's right. Because how am I going to price what somebody else told me?
I'm so tired of people when they say,
And I won't charge you for it. Just bring it in my receipt. That's all I'm asking you to do.
You got a front end
quick
noise.
check.
I will check it, verify it, everything in writing.
Why am I a bad guy for not giving you a price?
You know, but what option? How many questions do you get asked when you order parts?
Well, absolutely.
And then you're going to order parts on it.
But here's what else the customer will say. Well, let's just say it does need all of this. How much?
Let's just do a ballpark.
Right.
Because I'm sitting here with nothing to do, and I'm hoping you would have called me so I can do what ifs on 19 repairs in your car. Yeah, that's exactly what I was waiting for today.
Yeah. But I like it. They try to trap you in the sense that.
But if that doesn't work, and then this happens, what if that? And you know, we get that all the time. It's like, come on.
But what if?
What if you just
like
bring the car in and we talk in
when
person?
customers say, I got 10 dents in my car, are you able to quote them a price, or do you have to see the dents, the location?
Sometimes I'll give them a guesstimate, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how deep they are.
And when you give them that guesstimate, do they hold you to it?
You can't.
No, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, because you didn't tell me it was on the rail. Well, now I got to pull the headliner out and do all this. I didn't know that.
I'm usually pretty good with that. And they, well, you know, you got this, and you know.
But you said.
They're usually okay.
Right.
Well, there was one from here. The guy had a Chevy van with a transmission something, and I said I'd be more than happy to help him. And he pulled up with a 26-foot Chevy van. Sleeps 3. You know,
we had the same thing. An RV pulled up.
An RV pulled up.
I got a photo.
Is that the guy that lived in?
Tom Martino sent me over to you.
What happened?
An RV in it. And I'm like,
he said he had a Chevy van, and there was something.
Turbo 400.
It's just a little golf.
I remember.
Why can't you remember it?
It was a 24-foot RV.
Oh wow.
I was like, dude, no.
Flat backing out in the parking lot?
Yeah, no, thank you.
We ended up sitting on the
you
shop
fix it?
No. But still.
What did it
So
need?
why would you? I don't even know. I said, dude, I don't do the RVs. No, get out of here. Not a little free, you know.
Get out of here.
You just told me it was a van, not a 26.
He said it was
they
a
only
Chevy
give you
van.
what you need to know, right?
Well, yeah, the
other
front end is that
information
van chassis.
Yes.
The C30.
Okay, no, I know where he got van from, but what about the rest of the caravan
You
behind
didn't tell me
it?
there was 26 foot behind it.
Yeah.
What about the other 3 cars that it's running with it, right?
But that's why you can't phone quote. You have no idea what you're.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because customers, they don't get it.
But if you do and they come in and it's not that and it's this and it's
Oh,
more,
sure. And here's another one.
You can't, you can't claw back.
Here's another one the customer said. Well, I would assume with your experience, you would know. Yeah, my experience tells me I do have to check it. And you never know what it's going to be until you check it.
My experience tells me to steer clear of you.
Yeah.
That's what my experience tells.
Exactly.
Don't go to this other shit.
Let me get you
Well,
a
the other
place
guy
that'll
told
get
me
you
my
right
brakes
here.
would be $99. It's like, okay, well, after he's done doing that, come by, we'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
But you said...
Right. Oh, yeah.
Don't be saying nothing over the phone.
I agree. But you answer if you get a bad review, right?
Absolutely. We answer every review, good or bad.
Yeah, you have to answer.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that don't answer.
No, but we actually use a service that does it now because it got too tough. You know, the third time you write down, you fucking pinhead.
But how do you know the service? How does he know?
We communicate. We communicate. Yeah. But they put it more eloquently.
So it's you fucking pinhead.
Yes. I start that about 7 times, and then
Always send it
any
to somebody
nitwit
that
with half a brain would have known.
Always send it to somebody that's not involved and have them read it before you submit it, right? Hey, will you read this and see? Let's take out these words first.
Well, you want to know something about reviews, though? I got a bad one 2 years ago, and only because she kept calling to check on her car. And I got pissed. I have nothing to do but sit here and talk to you on the phone. Stop. She left a bad review for that. Okay. She called me back, and there's a 12-12 warranty and a repair. There's a tranny. The shop said we misinstalled it 2 years ago. She wanted me to see if I'd help her out.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by West.
Did you actually laugh?
Is this the same young lady that left that negative?
I didn't even go there, but I knew who it was. She knew I knew who it was.
Sure.
You know, because I'll show you the review. The owner's the biggest asshole in the world. Yeah, don't ever call him Yeah, don't call me 17 times in a day. Yeah. Wow. Because I finally told her, stop calling me. Stop.
Good.
When the car's done,
I'll call you.
When the parts we're waiting for are here, I will update you. If you don't get a call, it's because there's no
Your
That's what I
customers
tell
have
Scott
the
to
same
tell
day
him.
expectation?
Well, you know, we do, yes. But
Well, I just want an update.
A lot of it that we use Auto Vitals now. Auto Vitals, it's a digital platform, and it'll text customers that their car's now in the shop. Parts have arrived for your car. So we try that, and that helps some. But our older customers call up, so yeah, I just got a text about my car.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, did you read it? Well, no, you texted me, so I called you.
Right.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Should I tell Scott?
Hey, Scott.
Well, I just want an update. Isn't that frustrating, Kevin?
We use the same system.
But that helps.
You also have it that shows your shop too.
So you have our particular car. When you get the report, it's got a picture of your car, the service writer, and the technician. So you automatically know Jesse's your service writer, Justin's your technician. And then it goes through the report. You can attach a work order to it, so if you have all the information about what repairs need to be done, you can put that in there, and then on the bottom is reports that technician did, with pictures, all that.
See, you'll get a text like this. So workflow status changed.
And we can write back and forth through text messages.
Yeah, you can text back and forth.
And I include the audiobook for
You
free.
can
Call
open it.
1-800-648-0303.
And you guys don't mind getting the text back?
No.
If I got a text, I would
See, that's the
definitely
car
text
we're
it.
working on. It sends you a picture. Obviously, we're not in Malibu where that's taken. But, so services performed, windows switched, that's what the car came in for. You know, so it's just letting you know.
I'd say, what's my car doing in California?
I wouldn't be surprised you get
But it
people
says
doing that
your
too,
2000
Dan.
Malibu's been checked in.
I would not be surprised one bit. Absolutely.
So that's how we try to stay in touch.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show, and I hope you're having a good time. Today is Friday, and CBDthatworks.com is where you go for sleep, anxiety, and pain, and it's the stuff that I've ferreted through and I found to work. They're local in Golden. RealCBDthatworks.com. Enough said on that. What about other things for your education and welfare? That's what we do. Like today, cars, but we'll talk about anything. And bottom line, we have this one controversy, but I want to take Brian first. He has a comment on a right-hand turn. A guy said, when I let off the gas, come really down to a slow roll, making a right turn, the car fails. The car stalls. Not when I'm making a left turn, not when I'm accelerating, not when I'm driving normally, but when I pull a foot off the gas, it's starting to idle and come to a coast, slow coast, turning right. Brian, what do you have a comment on that one? Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Tom. Just a quick comment. You gave some more detail there, and it may not be exactly the same, but we had an exact problem when a right-hand turn, we'd have the engine would shut down, it would stop running, and it wasn't when we were slowing down. It was a fuel delivery problem. What happened is the pickup inside the gas tank wasn't getting fuel up into the engine. But you just described a little bit better in detail to me now. He's coming to a slow roll when it happens. So it's not really a right-hand turn. But
it could be a shifting of some kind.
It could be. And he's going to do some more troubleshooting. Is it a certain level of gas in the gas tank that occurs? Because that would indicate a fuel delivery problem also.
Guys, do cars ever have a problem with gas or fuel pickup? I've never heard of that. Can that happen?
Every once in a while, a fuel pump will break loose. From its mounting and start floating around.
That, yeah. But other than that, can a fuel level affect anything? I don't know about
Typically not.
Anyway, but thanks for the thoughts and for the help. And now I want to go back to this. It's really over $75. It's simple. I don't want to really. There's no solution to this. Okay. Bottom line, Brian said the sticker on his furnace said free estimates, and also he said he called them because they had just done the work a couple years ago, put the circuit board in, and the same exact symptoms were happening. He said, here's what he said. He just wanted them to come out and give an estimate for the board. He didn't need a diagnostic. But I don't know of any company in the world that would come out and simply give an estimate without a diagnostic. I don't know any of them. Because I swear to God, if you said you had a circuit board broke and they came out and gave you a price on replacing and you said, okay, go ahead and do it, and you did it, and it didn't fix the problem, I swear to you, they would be calling my show. So I can't operate on that premise. I just can't do it. I can't. Because had they given him the circuit board at a price he agreed to and it didn't fix the problem, I know that he wouldn't have said, well, it's on me. I guess now I don't know. And of course, he'll never admit. He'll say, no, I wouldn't complain. Because I get this argument all the time. When companies do exactly what consumers ask and it doesn't work, they say, well, I'm not the expert. I just had a suggestion. So I don't even know what to do. It's pretty clear Bo said, look, we spent time to diagnose it, and we're charging for that. We're not charging for the estimate. Is that it in a nutshell, Bo? Because I just want to bring this up because I want people listening to weigh in on it. But that's where you stand, right, Bo?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so Tom.
In no way, shape, or form is that sticker meant to confuse anybody.
Well, it didn't confuse anybody if you say what you did, but I can see, and Tom is not even saying you shouldn't be paid for a diagnostic fee if you did one. He's saying he didn't need it. And that's where Tom and I part, is that he is saying he told you what was wrong. He just wanted an estimate for that. I don't know any company in the world that will do it. If somebody called you and said, I know what I need, how much is it going to cost, would you tell them? No, of course not. Would you? No. Would anyone?
No, I would offer the free check procedure.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Free check.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And how far? And what about you? It's Nick with. I should mention FlexidenofColorado.com. That should be easy. Dents. If I say I have hail damage, no, you can't.
No, I mean I can give them a roundabout, but I mean half the time they say 30 dents and there's 60 dents.
Serious, man?
Yeah, they're serious. I'm sorry that you don't agree, Tom. I'll see you. So anyway, okay. Here's the scenario. His furnace isn't working. All right. Tom calls. And Tom's mad at us, but Tom calls and he says, I need an estimate for a circuit board. And they say, what circuit board? What's this? What's that? They make an appointment. They go out there. They check to see what's wrong. We're not even sure if it was that circuit board, but he's saying it was. So they say that'll be $75. He's saying that's BS. I already told you what was wrong. Okay, so let's say it went another way. Let's say they go out there and he says, I need an estimate for the circuit board. And they say, okay, it's going to be $200 or $300. And he goes, okay, do it. And they do it. And the furnace is still broken. I swear to you, he would be calling us complaining. Why did they take my $200 for that circuit board? They knew it wouldn't fix the problem. But you said that's all you wanted. I don't care. They're the experts. I'm not. Now, is it unfair to say Tom would do that? No, because I heard it a million times. Dennis, what's your comment?
Tom, I did the business for 30 years. You're right on the money. You're exactly right, 100%.
If you did
correct.
exactly what a consumer asked and it didn't fix the problem, what would happen to you?
I won't do it because it doesn't. They don't ever say, oops, I'm bad. It's you're bad for not diagnosing the problem.
Okay, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that. Now, Betty, what's happening with you, Betty? Oh, I'm sorry. We have this update. Betty, listen, I need you to know something. I'm sorry that you had to wait. This does bother me because there are a lot of things going on with this story, but I'm going to sum it up. Her son was arrested for doing something very dangerous. I want to give you some background first. He was in the Iraq War. He was in a fire. It ruined his lungs. He got cancer, chemical contamination. He has PTSD. He's home, and he's diagnosed with cancer. One night, he goes out and starts shooting out of his car, mostly into the air, he says. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was killed, but he was arrested for attempted first-degree murder. That would mean that he plotted and premeditated murder. I don't care whether we agree with this or not, but to me, this man needs a mental hospital, not a prison. And he needs a mental hospital where he can get his cancer treatment. He's a veteran. Okay, he did a stupid thing. So I wanted to see what the case was, what was happening with the case. Is he being neglected? Is he being treated? He's not being treated for his cancer. Is that right, Betty?
That's correct.
And he's not being treated for his mental illness. Is that correct?
Supposedly, they're supposed to come into the jail. They tried to get him to be able to go to a mental hospital.
I believe this guy. I believe this guy. If everything you're saying is true, this guy should get off on a mental disability, be sentenced to a hospital. He should, obviously, we don't want him free, but we want him to get help both with his cancer and with this. And you're just sad because your son is dying in jail with no hope. No happiness, nothing. I understand this. I can understand a mom. Yes. There are people saying, look, he shot out, blah, 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 blah. I understand that. But let's talk about what he is. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Betty. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought I lost you for a minute.
No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm done, though. I want to know your thoughts before I tell you what our defense attorney found out.
Okay. Now, first of all, he hasn't pleaded guilty to any of these charges. Well, he's been accused.
But we kind of have a feeling he really did do it. I mean, he was driving around shooting his gun.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get it. But
no,
he is. You're right. You're right. He hasn't been found guilty yet. He's awaiting trial. There are many people awaiting trial that get out, including murderers.
Right. Now, also, I would give anything if they would take him out and put him into a mental hospital, lockdown mental facility, where they could treat him and where he could get his medication.
Isn't there someone to advocate for this, for a veteran?
I actually reached out to...
Hold on.
No,
yes, Daphne, you reached out. Hold on, Betty. Daphne, what?
Okay.
I reached out to my VA angel, and he said that once they're in jail, in the system, that it's really hard. They do have 2 advocates, but there's really not a lot they can do.
Okay, Betty, our defense attorney, Joe Lazzara, looked this up. He said the charges are very, very serious.
Right.
10 counts. 10 different counts. They took different shots at different counts of attempted murder, and then a total of 14 charges. But here's what Joe Lazzara says, and Joe wouldn't say this unless he meant it. The counsel he has is good. And she also requested a competency evaluation, which is needed. If he's found incompetent, he's not going to stay in jail. He's going to be housed in a proper facility, still obviously not let loose, but at least maybe getting the care he needs. Okay. I can't tell you if that has been completed because most of his documents are under seal right now, still under investigation. Also, it looks like there are reports from hospice that are in the court record as well. So people do know about his condition. People are moving forward. Things do not happen as quickly as we want them to, Betty. But we still need him to give his attorney permission to speak to us.
Oh, okay. I'm sure that he's given me permission on anything, and I'm sure he's given her, but
No.
that I don't know.
You have to
Can't
make
get-
absolutely positively sure. She may even want an email or some kind of document. Once you get that, we'll talk to the attorney. I'd like to expedite the psych eval. He's a veteran. I just, in my heart, I'm not thinking of a killer here. I'm thinking of somebody who's dying, went to war, and yeah, he's dangerous, but my God. Look what he went through. I mean, I'm not saying he should be free. Now, a call on black mold, you know how I feel about that. I do think it's a problem sometimes, but way exaggerated. Hakeem has a comment on the circuit board. Quickly, Hakeem, what's your comment on that circuit board?
Hey, real quick, Tom, I've been listening to you since Father John. Just
Thank you.
Get that out the way.
Thank you.
But hey, I agree with everything you say about that circuit board, but that sticker is misleading when you think about it. They give you a free estimate, but they're going to charge you $75.
No, you know what? I agree. Hakeem, I agree. I do. There's nothing else I can say. You're right. Free estimates, I would not expect a diagnostic fee. Honest to God, I have to say that.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
But it is weird. I got you.
No, man. You either
Yeah, they're not charging you for the estimate. They're still
Why
charging the
don't you
estimate.
verify when
Didn't you
you're
think,
going
aha, you got him, right? Aha.
Yeah, they just charge us for the diagnosis.
But just always verify. Don't hide behind your charges.
Oh,
Just like,
right,
hey,
right. Tell the customer on the phone, hey,
SimplyFloorsInc.com. They're located. People say, Tom, where are they? But you can drop by. They don't care. 52nd and Ward, southwest corner. They have a beautiful showroom. But here's what they say. You know, why bother stopping by? You can have one of our fine people come to you with most of the samples we have of the most popular flooring, the LVT, the waterproof LVT, the waterproof floors, the engineered floors, the laminate floors, the hardwood floors. And then you can come to the showroom if you want. But they want to make it convenient for you, and they promise you 20, 30, 40% discounts and an extra 5% during the holidays, plus low-cost financing and special Shaw discounts and rebates. 303-456-4660. That's the number. But SimplyFloorsInc.com to make your own appointment.
I didn't know Tom did counseling too.
Who put in the circuit board?
They did.
2 years ago. No, the first time he came out.
No, but it came out again.
2 years ago he fixed it.
Right.
Came back out because he knew that's exactly what it needed. When he gave me the
That's
estimate, he said no.
bullshit.
He went to someone else. And
No, I don't know if anybody ever fixed it.
Okay. Well, first wasn't working, I thought.
But we don't know if it was ever fixed.
It's working, it just won't shut off. Because
So
the circuit
it
board's
could work.
so it's in the default mode, and default always makes it run.
Yeah.
It's just like a car. If your resistor goes out, the blower motor works on high, but it won't go to different speeds. It just works. So you turn it on, you turn it off. That's it.
Yes.
I finally got Donna for the update from the Florida thing.
Yeah.
But Clint
Oh.
was the one who talked.
No, I can
Or
take
you-
care of it.
could you-
I
Yes.
can take care of it.
I was so thrilled I finally got her. Look.
Okay, yeah. Okay, do you charge extra for
I charge for the
breathalyzers when you have a
tips.
no start?
I charge for the plastic tips. I haven't had a no start yet.
Okay, if you had a no start.
Absolutely. Because we have to spend at least 45 minutes on the phone getting it disconnected.
Yes.
So that we can bypass it.
Yes.
There's a process, and every one of them is different.
You guys are all rips.
Absolutely. But I do tell them they have to bring their own plastic tip.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I just put a new one on last week. Don't worry about it.
BS. I want a plastic tip in a bag. And I do keep them on my desk. It never fails. That one guy doesn't bring one.
Yeah, but we got in an argument with a young lady about it that she didn't feel that she should have been charged extra because we didn't apply the diagnosis to the repair like you guys normally do. It's like, well, yeah, but we did, and then we charged you extra for the blow straw thing, you know.
The last time the eShop had a no start problem with one of those, it was the unit.
Yeah.
That was causing the issue.
Those units are.
So
in this case, it was not. You know, it was actually a starter, but we had to eliminate that extra component out of the, you know.
And you know, it takes time.
How much more did you charge her?
An extra hour.
Okay.
Well, we charge an hour diag, And then we will sometimes waive the diag with the repair, depending on the diag and the repair. And in this case, it's like, yeah, we waived it, but then we charged you for the extra burden.
Oh, okay, so you waived
Have
the
you ever
charge.
disconnected one of those things?
Am I making
They're all
noise
different.
over here?
Yeah.
You have to do 3 different wires here, 4 different wires there.
Oh, yeah. And then you got to put it back.
And then you have to put it back, and you have to call them.
And then you got to call them again and wait online for them to
Because if you
reactivate
put it back and you start the car, it'll shut it down because now you haven't called them to tell it was in the shop.
Not only that, is they gotta take it in, I'm sure after you've done that.
No, they
they'll
don't.
recalibrate it.
They don't have to recalibrate it because they think we
But
did.
you have to understand something.
Those bull things are.
Deputy Dan likes ripping people. He thinks all consumers should be
Those
ripped
bull
off.
things, I think that's the worst thing ever.
He believes they should be ripped off.
I think that they're good for the fact that there's
They're
so
not
many things
pure.
wrong with them.
Well, you can have the guy sitting next to you blowing into that.
They have them with the camera now, so how are they going to start the car when their camera and I'm not the driver? You know, it's like, or I put my I put my technician in to have him test drive it, and you have to reblow after every 5 minutes or some BS. Who knows? So he's in the middle of the highway and the thing goes off. What's he do? So I got to make sure he's got a tip, right? It's hard. And it's not worth it for us to always.
And I think the camera just recognizes that there's someone is driving. They could.
I think if it fails, it does see if it was you.
Right, they could back up that information when it failed to see who was actually driving at that time. Whether it be the person that was involved or someone else.
Oh, my son just got it. Done with it.
Yeah, sure has. Yeah, 15, 20 minutes as you drive, you gotta blow into it.
Daphne, are you keeping track of our people for the referral list and endorsement?
I would
on
say,
the,
But you gotta pay like $75 a month,
the
and
VPN,
if something happens, you know,
the internet.
They have to recalibrate it. Right. How old is your son?
Need an emissions test? Save time.
How long have you had it for?
A year? On Monday.
SaferNet. SaferNet.
And if you get it a
That's
second
the name
time,
of them,
you just tie it
SaferNet.
around your neck and you have to carry it with you everywhere you go. It's like, how stupid do you need to be?
How many chances do you get?
Because we need to get the contracts and all that done for him. When did he say he wants to execute this? December 1st or what?
Refusing to do the test.
Well, it really was.
Hello! Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, where's Dawn? She hung up? Or do you have her, Dad? We have an update for Dawn. It's something a lot of people are going to want to hear. So, Betty, we will follow this along with your son in jail, the veteran. Get permission so we can talk to the attorney. Do we have Dawn? Daphne, did she hang up? She's not
She's
there.
on line 6.
I don't. Line 6 is not lit up.
I guess she hung up.
Okay. Kenny has an alarm system not working. Tell her that we do want to discuss it with her because we have critical information. Kenny, go ahead.
I have an alarm system that I've had in for about 20 years. Originally, I started with United Alarm, and they sold out the Mountain Alarm. And it turns out I'm having problems with my keypad in my barn that needs to be replaced. And I feel that since I've been with them for 20 years, that they should replace it at their expense. What do you think?
Well, hell, it depends on I mean, I think so, if you've been there that long. But I need to go back to the original agreement. Was this equipment leased or purchased?
It was installed when I started my system.
I know. What is the Here's what I mean. What equipment do you have at your home? You have window sensors and door sensors?
Yes, and I have 2 keypads, one in my barn and one in my house.
I get it. And you also have a local alarm, right? Like a ringer or something, or a buzzer or a horn?
Yeah, I have sirens on the outside of my barn and the outside of my house.
And then do you have a monitoring service as well?
I do.
Okay. I hate for you to just hear this because it sounds overly simplified, but it's a matter of contract. If the equipment is leased, they take care of it. If the equipment is purchased, it's your problem. But do I believe they should take care of it no matter what? Yes, I do. But that doesn't mean they will. You've been with them for so damn long, of course they should. What do you pay for monthly monitoring?
Around $35 a month.
Okay, that's not excessive. Do you know if they truly are monitoring? Do you get a notice if you've tripped the alarm and have to give a secret code word?
They can call me anytime one of my sensors goes off. They give me a call to see.
Well, Kenny, it's a matter of contract. What do they say about replacing it?
I haven't talked to him yet. I have him coming out next Wednesday, and I just thought I'd call you in advance.
Here's what I think. I think whenever you have a long-term customer and it's something inexpensive, relatively inexpensive, you do it. But it's a matter of contract. Do you have your contract?
Oh, I have no idea, Tom.
Okay. All right. If somebody was to sign up today, are they leasing or do they buy the equipment from Mountain Alarm?
I don't know.
That's what you go by, okay? And then you got my opinion. That's what you go by. Brian's got a comment on the F-350. Which one is this? Which problem was this, Brian?
Camshaft and crankshaft problem.
Oh, the guy that bought that one with 333,000 miles on it?
Yeah, 200 something.
Oh, 233. You're right.
Yeah.
What's your comment on
Yeah,
it?
I'm pretty familiar with those trucks. 2003, they were phasing out the 7.3.
Yeah? What do you think?
International engine, and they were introducing the 6-liter. So the 7.3 is very desirable.
Is it a bad engine?
No, 7.3 is very good. It just takes, sensors and pump.
So, is your sense that an F-350 diesel with the International 7.5 would have pretty...
It's a 7.3.
It's 7.3, I'm sorry. Would have pretty good longevity?
Yes.
How far do you think he can get with it if he invests extra money in it?
Probably if it's maintained, I would guess 500,000.
Yeah.
It's real.
What we told him, Brian, he could go two ways. Take his losses now, cut bait and take his losses, or invest the money and just drive the hell out of it. And are they sleeved, or are they, when you do the cylinders, what do you have to do? Are they sleeved, do you know?
I think they're all sleeved, yeah.
So you don't have to do the whole thing, machining or anything?
No.
See, that engine then could go to 1,000,000 miles. I mean, let's be...
It's the old diesel, it's the old Power Stroke, and the Cummins. The original ones were great.
303-713-TALK. Shanty, I'm sorry. You say your mom's apartment has black mold?
Yes, it does.
How'd you discover it?
Her kitchen wall had fell in, and and she noticed that it had some mold behind it, and she called them to have them fix it. It's a condo, and they came out and was supposed to fix it, but the actual mold itself is in the bottom floor part of under her sink.
Does she own or rent?
She owns, and it was sold to her like this.
Well, how long has she owned it?
Maybe 2 months, roughly.
Okay, well, they didn't commit any crime selling it with mold. I mean, and it's something that home inspection would not normally pick up unless you guys did some kind of mold testing for spores in the air. So it's going to be her problem to deal with unless, there's a big unless, but I don't think it applies, unless they knew about it and covered it up and lied about it. So,
and that's
go ahead.
What we're believing, because one of the guys, she's been trying to get it fixed, and the problem that she's running into is there's 3 feet of mold under the sink.
Ooh.
And and she is having issues with getting the maintenance guy that's coming out there to cut down in the bottom.
Why?
Of the sink. He says that he told her that he's on vacation one time, and then the other time he told her that.
Well, there's no reason. Listen, Shanty, there's no reason why people wouldn't want to fix it. They get paid for fixing it. I mean, what I'm asking you though is this: if she bought a condo and it has black mold in it, the only way she's going to get help, and she'd still have to fight for it, and many times it's cheaper to fix it than to fight for it, but the only way she has a hope is if they lied to her. They knew about it and lied about it. Not withheld. Withheld is different than lying. For example, if they didn't know, or if they did know but they were never asked, that's different. But if the disclosure statement has anything to do with mold and they lied, for example, let's say they said they don't know, but you could show where they had people in there before that told them that, or they lied. It's called It's called non-disclosure, and that's a very difficult premise to win by in real estate. It's very difficult. That doesn't mean it's impossible. But I'm going to ask the bottom line. Do you think the sellers lied to her or covered anything up or misled her?
I think they did because
How?
It's been because the location of where the mold is has been replaced.
Oh.
And the lady told her that
really
they had a problem before, and it looks like it came back.
Wait a minute. What lady said they had a problem before, and it looks like it came back?
The management of the property that she purchased.
Can you get that in a statement? Because here's why. Listen. Does the disclosure statement say there is no mold problem, or does it say they don't know? Are they lying? Not. Remember what I said, Shanti? It's not if they knew about it and did not say anything. It's if they knew about it and lied. Two different things. Knowing about something and not saying anything is there's not much you can do about that. I don't have to tell you everything wrong with my house. But if you ask me on a disclosure statement, I can't lie.
This is Denver's talk station.
Cover up mold thing is, if you got mold in Colorado, you got to water it.
Oh yeah, please. It's so dry it can't grow. Yeah.
But how the heck do you get around the whole
plumb line short?
What do you mean?
Yeah, but if you
don't know.
Well, if you're asked and you know about it and you don't say something.
But what if you?
do I have to
but
ask
if you think you fixed it already.
But if they know, but they're not asked, they don't say nothing. That's what crazy.
But if you pay somebody to remediate, do all that and you're covered.
So on the list they can, and you get that, it'll say don't know, yes, no.
Right.
In fact, they're getting rid of.
So for mold, and they say don't know.
No, don't know. I think
they didn't lie.
We need a Carfax for houses.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a new.
But a house fax. A house that would be tough to prove that they did know.
Yeah, credit card thing.
Yeah.
When you become a
I know.
Sean, when are you going to call me on that credit card thing?
Just go to
well, we have it right now. We've saved some people $7,000 a month. Plumbline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Plumbline Services, a company you can trust. Plumbline Services with special carrier deals for air conditioner and furnaces. Plumbline is a tool for masons that's used to make a straight and true line, and that's what they believe in. Faith and ethics and character and excellence and leadership and stewardship. They call it their 7 values to make sure they do the right job at the right price at the right time, and they advocate for you, and you can trust plumlineservices.com.
Scammed, fed up, burned, tricked. Well, these are some of the comments we get from
Merchants first.
Merchants first.
I'm sorry, yes. But you can get to it by savingonfees.com. 866-966-4357. Oh my God, I will guarantee you. 866-966-4357.
referral list, Mark.
And what was the guy's name?
The one you talked to is I believe it's Corey? Dano Corey was in for Merchants First. Our we just hired him.
Yeah, he's on the referral list.
But yeah, but by the way, you tell me you're on the referral list. We give the same low rates to everybody, but I just still speed it up because they have such a demand for equipment and stuff. Because we replace your terminals and give you all free shit, including portables, and we'll integrate it into your website. We make immediate deposits.
Oh, that was my other question. Yeah.
Next day, money.
Can I get one now? Anything from Thursday after 3, I won't see till Monday or Tuesday now.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And this is why we're doing it. We swear to God we're passing. We buy at a certain rate. A credit card processing, we buy from the big guy at a certain rate.
You're just taking less of a cut.
No, hold on. And then you usually, there's something built into that already. So we don't mark it up. We simply take what the processor gives us. But here's the rub. If we didn't do it, they don't subtract it for you, even if you went direct. So, like the Walmarts and Targets and all those really giant guys go direct. We go direct like they do. Then what normally you do is you mark it up. We did. Because all we give a shit about is beating the shit out of these bad guys. And we'll still make money from the small. We get a fee for each thing from the main guy.
Transaction.
We have our fees come per customer.
Are you embarrassed by your
We don't nickel. See, we're not nickel and diming like that. I swear to God. And it doesn't go up if you spend more. It's really it is the cheapest you'll pay for credit card processing. And here's what I say, and if it's not, so don't do it.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
I mean, either you can do it or you can't. There's no bullshit when it comes to numbers, right? And it's not a long-term contract. So let's say you find somebody even crazier than us.
If you do feel safe at my office, it's the
I call it unfair because we're not using it to make a living. So we can do it, just like I'm doing with my consumer lending. Brent and I started that. We're not making a living on it. I swear to God, it's just sitting there. When we went to the wholesaler and they said, "What do you want to charge?" and we said nothing, they said, "Do you want an app fee?" and I said, "Nope. But we want your buy rate. Is that against? Can we give that directly to our customers?" They said yes. But
why would you? Yeah.
They said yes. I said, "You don't care, right?" No, we don't care. But don't you dare say, we have to brand it a certain way. Don't you dare say, like, we can't, there's a whole bunch of, we can't mislead them. Like, it's not wholesale because we're still getting it. Even though it is wholesale, we can say we're not marking it up. No lien on the house. Same day funding, no fee to the merchant ever. So if you need somebody a transmission, boom.
Who's this?
And me and Brent. Oh, we're calling it. Well, it's consumer advocacy lending, but that's not our trade name. Our trade name is because we didn't. It's not officially launched, but it's called. Our trade name is FundMeQuick.com.
FundMeQuick.
Yeah, I think it's still
That's
up.
the one I'm waiting for. I use Dignify right now, but it's still 4.5%.
Oh no, they charge you?
Yeah.
We're not charging you a dime.
As soon as I give the customer the thing, and they're like, "Oh boy, I need help." We give them a Dignify.
Not a dime, guys.
Right off the top, I lose money.
Nope.
I lose my profit.
Not a dime. And it gets you a customer. There's no app fee. No app. They don't even pay an application fee. Nope. Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Steve's got a comment on that F-350. Steve, which one is that the F-350 with the diesel engine in it, sir?
Yes.
What's your comment?
My comment is, if it's a 7.3, the diesel with the 7.3 in it, that's a really good motor. The ones that came out with the 6.3 and the 6.0, to me, they're pieces of junk. I have a 7.3, an 02 F-350 7.3, and that girl's got over 500,000 miles on it.
Wow. Is this Steve the painter?
Yes, it is.
Okay, man. I never miss a voice. Thank you, Steve. He loves that truck. A lot of people are saying it's pretty good things. Okay, now, Shanty, black mold. Did we decide? Do you have a disclosure statement? Did they lie to your mom? We got to find that out.
Okay, I have my mom right here.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, what's your name?
Patricia Wilson?
Patricia?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Patricia, do you remember when you bought your property, the disclosure statement, that where the seller fills out a form that your real estate person provided? It talks about, have you ever had this? Have you ever had that? Have you ever had this? Is electrical working? Is this working? Is that working? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Can you send it to us? Because we can find out in a hurry if we feel through our attorneys you have a non-disclosure case. I'm just looking to see if they lied to you.
Oh, okay. I have a billion papers I have to go through to find it.
It's not a bill. Okay, but here's what you're looking for. And when you find it, if you can get it scanned or take a picture of it, it's called the seller's disclosure statement, okay? That's all I care about.
Wait a minute. Let me grab an ink pen. Look, that's
okay.
my paper right there.
All right, Daphne, tell her off the air for us. A seller's disclosure statement. Tell her how to get it to us. Don, tell me about vapor locking. You know, vaping is definitely not good for cars. What's going on?
It's not good for anyone, Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I've had my alternator checked. My belts are good. The battery's good. Whenever the weather is hot, sorry about that. Whenever the weather is hot, not the vehicle, it won't start. And if it sits there for a while,
the weather, not the vehicle, no matter what, whenever
Correct.
it's hot.
That's after driving it and
Correct.
parking it, or first thing in the morning, or when does it not start?
It can be any time.
What
Really?
kind of vehicle are we talking about here?
Yeah.
What kind of car?
It's a 2004 Toyota Highlander V6.
What do you guys think?
There's resistors for the fuel tank that some of these cars have them in there that will fail when they get hot. A lot of times, if you open the windows and get some airflow through there, it'll
Why
cool
does it
off
fail
enough
when
to
it's
start.
hot?
Has to do with the connection and the solder points.
So it's not vapor locking?
No, not necessarily. I don't know if that's his case. I'm just saying what I've seen in the past. Hondas are traditional for those. There's a fuel injection main relay that's underneath the dash.
Don,
that
where
can
do you
that.
store your car?
Oh, it's garage stored.
Is it
So
heated,
it
the
doesn't sit
garage? Is the
outside.
garage heated?
No.
This is only when the temperature's hot, right? So you're talking 80, 90 degrees outside. It's hot enough.
Right.
That's when it
It
won't
doesn't
do it,
even
right?
have to be, as long as it's like over 50 degrees out.
Oh man, what would that now? What
Yeah, it's
what
pretty
would over
weird.
50 do? That's not even hot.
No, that's not even hot.
A Highlander.
Is there a chance?
Yeah,
Is there a chance it could be a bad ignition even?
but why over 50?
I don't know.
An
It's
ignition's
really
going to
weird.
not cut off the fuel, though. So you should still be able to crank your car over and get it running.
Right.
If it's an ignition
And-
switch, you're going to lose electricity. You're going to lose the electrical part.
Well, what
Okay,
are the
everything
symptoms?
works. Everything works.
Does it just go yin 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 yin?
No, it does nothing.
Now that's electrical,
It doesn't
guys.
even crank.
Yeah, you're
That's
not even
electrical.
getting a crank out of there. Then that's
Okay, so something electrical affected over 50 degrees. Wow, you talk about queer, man.
I wonder if
easy
he's
to
got some
diagnose, though.
resistance in
Yeah,
that
that's-
positive battery cable. Something.
Yeah, but not at 50 degrees. But that's
Yeah.
that's going to be fairly straightforward diagnosis.
You think you could diagnose?
Absolutely. You just start on one end, see what's missing. I mean, it's pretty.
But why 50 degrees?
Well, that doesn't even matter. I mean, you just find out what's missing, and then you solve that.
drive it into a shop
Okay.
when it's 30 degrees, and then when it
I will take
warms
it
up.
to a real shop, Tom.
What's that?
I'll take it to a real
Yeah,
shop.
where are you located?
I'm in Aurora.
Well,
I'm
you, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Hold on. We have Kevin has a place out there, right off of
Second in Havana.
Second in Havana, right off of Second in Havana. Now, Larry, what's your question? And after Larry, we'll have wide open lines at 303-713-TALK with plenty of time to take calls. So what's going on, Larry?
Hey, Tom. Hey, quick question. I'm going into partnership with my son on a small business venture. We want to do an LLC. I'm concerned with he has some debts, and he's telling me that we're pretty much protected, or I'm pretty much protected under this LLC from any of his creditors.
Okay, that's true, and it's not true, depending on a few things. So hold on. This is more important than snapping it in quickly before the break. So hang on, and I'll answer it.
Now, impact traffic.
Have you used Synchrony?
I have Synchrony and Dignify. That's two I have. Synchrony is 5.5. Dignify is 4.5.
Because it's part of
And they have a $25 monthly charge if you don't do enough accounts with them.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Who's
So
that
if you only do Synchrony, if you only do now, being a Napa shop, they may waive that fee.
They waive the fee and they give us a 1% rebate.
Okay, so you're
So we
getting some of
actually
that
get
stuff
1%
waived.
back.
Anytime we fund with them, it's 5.5 right off the top. Before they even put the money in your bank, they take 5.5% off the bill. Right away.
Mighty.
And then they want $25 a month if you don't do 5 applications with them. So we stopped with Synchrony.
And then the
but
consumers charge an app fee too?
And then the consumers
Fuck
charge an
that.
app fee. Yep.
See,
The other one was charging us $99 a month if we didn't use it.
So Dignify is a part of factory motor parts. That's
we're
why
killing
I'm
it, man. We're going to kill it in the consumer.
And 4.5 to us is a percent better than what
Okay. Yeah. Now this one we actually get a rebate, but it's a little stronger credit.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, guys. So, picture a cannon that shoots a 4-inch round ice cylinder. And it shoots it straight at a piece of roofing, and the roofing doesn't even flinch. EuroShield, hail-proof. And it's in writing. And it's a lifetime warranty. It's virtually indestructible. Here's what I'm saying. you don't have to worry about your roof anymore. Don't you think you should get maximum insurance discounts on that? You'll get some, but we're fighting with the industry right now to get better. And here's another thing. It's so cool. When you get a roof done, normal size house, you're recycling like 1,000 tires. And it's beautiful. Installed by the experts at Johnson. 303-719-ROOF. 303-719-ROOF. roofsbyjohnson.com.
Paying up in taxes. Said no one ever. Hi, this is John.
This hail, you know, Colorado's the worst one.
Did I not do
I can't
fucking
believe
Genesis yet?
companies
Damn it.
give a huge discount for something like this.
You must attend
You know,
our
it's,
complimentary
and people say, well, could you just do it without doing anything for your roof? Well, if you have a huge thing that goes right through
30.
everything.
Reduce or eliminate capital gains
But, yeah,
tax
any
on the
hail,
sale
just
of
regular
almost
hail
any
damage.
type of valuable property.
They're gonna start dropping Colorado people.
Oh, really?
For hail.
We've had hail forever.
I know, but
It's just,
worse.
it's just hit a populated area.
And maybe that's it.
That's all.
And
I mean,
that very well
that's,
could be.
you know.
That very well could be.
A couple of years without hitting, and they'll forget all
They had a
about it.
big ass one out in Golden in Arvada, probably 80, 81. Something in there, and it was a monster just like this last, but there weren't enough people out there to worry about it, you know. So the damage it did was limited, but we're just more populated now.
They say some of the insurance companies are gonna start, offering that.
It's gonna charge more.
Well, like up where I live too, insurance companies are not covering
fires.
people
Yeah.
for fire.
For fire?
Yep.
Oh!
So basically, where is that store for boxes? Where is it? It's on Bellevue, it
They would
says.
not do fire.
Is it down that street where Wendy's is?
Cover everything or we don't do it. But you're saying like.
So I go down East Union and turn right on what's...
Yep.
Sir,
I
I
have a
think...
friend of mine that lives not too far away from me, the insurance company dropped him.
Sounds like
But is he not, because he's not mitigated?
them to sound like this.
No, actually, to me, his area is like pretty cleared out.
Nutritious American candidate.
Because they dropped me until I'm mitigated.
The PetSmart selection of natural pet
They came out and inspected your area.
What company? When they inspected it, originally, they didn't tell me where to, what trees to cut. They just said you gotta mitigate it.
Well, they give you a diameter or something, or
They didn't give me that.
really.
Wow. So what did you do?
So then I didn't have insurance for a year, and then when I retired, I went out and did it, and then I had the fire chief come there, and he signed off on it, and then it was good.
Wow. What insurance you got now?
American Family.
American Family? I had somebody tell me 30 feet away. Couldn't have that.
Oh yeah, I'm 30 feet.
Yeah.
How long have you had that crappy company?
I was waiting for that.
Man, are you getting spanked?
I'm not. I'm not getting.
Why?
Have you checked with Compass?
I checked with Compass.
Why aren't you getting spanked?
They can't do my.
Why?
They'll be more expensive. They'll be
because he's in the mountains.
$800.
But why? Do you know?
Because it's up in the mountains.
But why American Family? I mean, there's no
They
other.
cover it. They cover it.
I know, but there's no other carrier up there.
Oh yeah.
I got Bristol West.
I pay $1,000 for my insurance.
Is that a lot?
Nothing. $1,000.
That's $100 a month.
Just anytime we get a forest fire.
I mean, I don't know what size or anything. I thought it was just a cabin, right?
Well, it's a cabin, but it's 1,900 square feet.
Why
So
is
it's
it
a
a
house.
cabin if it's 1,900 square feet?
Why do you call it a cabin?
That's what I mean.
Oh, I didn't know it
So
was
it's a
actually
log house.
Yeah.
But it's in a subdivision. It's paved. It's paved.
Because if I call it a house, I have to insure it differently.
It's a shed. It's a snowblower in it.
No, it's not. Around there it's not paved. It's county roads around there.
Dirt roads.
Gravel roads.
Oh, okay.
That they maintain.
No, when you say cabin, I think outhouse
Me
and
too.
about 400 square feet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And how big is the lot?
1.3 acres.
Okay.
How long have you had it?
5 years?
Did you get it just to get away?
Yeah. I love going up there.
He just hates people.
Why else do you go to the mountains, right?
No, the thing about it is every you go on the weekends, it's like a vacation every week.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go there,
No, I know.
you come back.
So that's not your primary?
Doesn't leave the house all weekend.
Just sitting
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Well, he turns on Fox News over here, gets in his car, goes up
I don't
and
have
sits down
any
and
TV
turns it
up
on. Really?
No,
That's
you
actually
can't have
good.
a TV in a cabin. That's why it's a cabin, right?
No, I mean,
Well, now we know why he calls it a cabin.
I have an ATV, but I don't have, you don't get TV, and I don't have cable.
Okay.
So, I mean, I got DVDs and stuff.
But you don't go up there and watch TV. And if the weather's that bad, you don't go up there
And
anyway.
how old is the log cabin?
All right, let's get to this very quickly. Okay, I'm Tom Martino. I want to talk about GenesisTotalExteriors.com. That's all you have to remember. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They're starting to do interior stuff like attics, kitchens, basements, attics. I don't know anyone who does that. Anyway, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. You can trust them. Now, Larry, on your LLC question, let me just get to this, okay? An LLC, if you use it properly, will shield you from liability under certain things. An LLC means limited liability company. That means that someone coming after the LLC can only get what the LLC owns, period. Okay? So if the LLC owns a lot of stuff, you've defeated the purpose. If you extract all the stuff out of the LLC yearly, you're doing the right job. Listen, Larry. That's for people coming after the LLC. What people don't realize is when they come after individuals who have an LLC, they absolutely are not protected. Neither is the LLC. Let me give you an example. If I own an LLC, even though it doesn't have many assets, it's a thriving business like rental or fix and flips. Even though it doesn't have a bank account, it is an operational company, and I own that. If somebody sues me, they come after everything I have of value, which would mean a car, a house, artwork, and membership in an LLC. They could literally take it over, and your son, being a member of that LLC, would pay me or pay the person who took it over rather than you. So people always get that wrong. They say, well, LLCs protect me. No, they protect the LLC, and they protect people from going after the LLC and then getting to you. But the other way around, they can do. That ownership of an LLC, if it has value, is something they can take from you. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, so that's it. So protect yourself accordingly. If your kid has bills, it has nothing to do with the LLC. They can go after his share in the LLC if the LLC is worth anything. Jason has a comment on the vapor locking. Jason, what is your comment?
He's got a solder joint somewhere in the system that's broken down. It's called a cold solder joint. And what happens is that the metal is not making contact. It doesn't take much space to do this. This is probably some circuit board or some relay switch.
But if it's not making contact, why would 50 degrees make a difference?
Because it's warm enough that it makes it expand. The hole that the solder joint's in expands beyond the capacitor or whatever it's in there.
You know what? That's a pretty cool theory. That's a pretty cool theory. Okay. What about you, Jim? What do you think? You got a comment on that vapor locking, or what he's calling vapor locking, the hard start above 50 degrees?
Yeah, so it's essentially what Jason had said is.
Oh wait, he said just the opposite. The other guy said just the opposite. Wait a minute. The other guy said it expands above 50, which would make the solder joint more secure, which would make it start. He said just the opposite. Jim,
well, so I'm not suggesting that it's a solder joint. Any connection, and this could be a primary ground in the ignition or starting circuit that is losing connection under warmer conditions.
But why would it lose a connection under? That's the part I'm confused about. Why would it lose under warm conditions?
So alloys expand at different rates, and typically on the end of an electrical connection, you'll see copper or some type of an aluminum alloy composite, which may expand at a different rate than the bolt that's securing it. And sometimes under varying temperatures, when you lose a connection, whether it's hot or cold, when you lose a connection because it's temperature related, oftentimes it's essentially just a loose connection.
Okay.
And I would typically go through and test all the ground circuits first and tighten all the bolts associated with the primary harness ground, and then see where I'm at. Now, that's my starting point, and I work on all kinds of stuff.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Dylan, what about replacement clutch?
So I've got a 2000 Nissan Pathfinder. I didn't know if the guys knew like a ballpark on what it would cost
Okay,
to replace
we talked
something
about
like
before.
that?
We talked about before not giving prices over the phone, but
Well, no, I wouldn't
no.
hold
We're not
anybody to
talking
it.
about this. That's what I'm trying to get at. We do know ballparks for everything. We're not saying you need that, but what is a ballpark for clutches? I just wanted to make that clear because people might think that is a little conflicting when I said you can't call the place and get a price on the phone because they don't know if that's what you need. But if you call and ask us, what is normally a clutch replacement on what, Dylan?
2000 Nissan Pathfinder.
2000. That's what I wanted. Okay, so
Right.
what do you think, guys?
So a clutch disc, pressure plate, release bearing,
Yeah.
pilot bearing, machining the flywheel. Could be looking at a $1,200-$1,500 repair.
Yep.
Okay, and then I had one other quick question.
Go ahead.
There's, I don't know if it might be a U-joint, but when you shift and then you let off of the clutch and hit the gas, there's almost a little clunk in the rear end.
Could be that or mount, yeah.
Or some backlash in the
Okay.
differential.
And that would be caused by backlash.
Worn ring and pinion, readjusting the pinion.
But these guys can pretty much diagnose stuff without tearing it apart, and if they need to tear it apart, that's where budget comes in. They do pre-estimates on transmissions. Anyway, we're out of time. Don't forget, referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.